This is the Buzz Adams Morning Show podcast. Barstool Talk Daily. Except it's really early in the morning and no booze. For the most part.
Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a town square media station.
Good morning.
Oh, no, it isn't.
I'm tired! Gonna be honest, did a little too much, gave you a little too much. We're gonna bring it down.
It's today Tuesday.
Actually, today is Weekend Tuesday.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Yeah, it's like a casual Friday, but even more chill, and on a Tuesday.
So let's get this party started.
It's showtime!
From the KLAQ studios in beautiful sunny El Paso, Texas.
Does anyone copy my transmission?
The Buzz Adams Morning Show is back.
Good morning, my neighbor!
Only on 95.5 KLAQ El Paso. Good morning, everybody. Except Nico.
Good morning.
But Alberto's in for Nico today.
Good morning, Buzz.
Good morning, Alberto. Did you sleep last night? How did you know you were going to work this morning? Were you just crashed out at the radio station?
No, my spidey senses tingled.
I asked him the same thing because I saw
You mean your
Nico's...
little Peter Tingle?
Your Peter Tingle.
You get that, Alberto? You know what that's a reference to?
No, but it sounded funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
Let me see.
Aunt May says
It's what
it.
Aunt May
To
calls
Tom
it
Holland.
instead.
May, don't call it that.
Yeah. I asked him the same thing because I saw Nico's message this morning was at like 1 in the morning.
Yeah, 1 in the morning.
And I'm like, oh my God, Alberto, when did he ask you to come in if he had sent that message so late?
Like around, I think it was like around 12:30, so it wasn't that late.
At night.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
nice.
that
Only
late.
12:30.
I was already asleep.
Sure.
I don't know.
I was already asleep 3 hours by then.
Right. I've already woken up twice to go to the bathroom by 12:30 in the morning. Welcome, everybody, to the show. Gary Hoey is going to join us.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
The guitar impresario extraordinaire, Gary Hoey, has some new music out for Christmas. You know, he's done these Ho-Ho-Hoey albums for years, but he's going to join us on the phone, and he's going to have his guitar and his amplifier hooked up, and we're going to get to play Stump Hoey again. Getting ready for Christmas. Not too early for that, is it?
I don't think so.
I'm kind of expecting to see some decorations up soon, to tell you
There
the
is
truth.
no timeline anymore. Calendars don't define us. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Let me give you a preview of Loudwire Nights tonight. And since we're talking about Christmas music, tonight's special guest is Jeff Plate of Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Jeff is an original member of the band when it all started 30, maybe close to 30 years ago.
Wow.
He is going to share his perspective of Trans-Siberian's growth over the years. And maybe they'll ask him why you don't come to El Paso anymore.
Yeah. What's up with that?
Mission Metallica is all going to be live from a Buffalo concert August 11th, 2022. And we're going to hear 3 from Metallica at 10 o'clock. Mission Metallica, all from that 2022 show in Buffalo. Happy birthday today to Neil Young, the godfather of grunge. We're going to celebrate him with a nightcap at 11 o'clock in honor of Neil Young's birthday. Hey, hey, my mind. You like you some Neil Young?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you name a Neil Young song?
No.
Come on. Old Man, Take a Look at My Life.
Is Harvest Moon?
Harvest Moon is Neil Young.
Love that
All
song.
right. That's
Yeah.
all I needed. I just needed one. All right. Joanna Barba is going to have entertainment news and the regular news coming up today. So you want to give us a preview of Hollywood Cheesemate?
Hollywood Cheesemate. Congratulations goes out to Megan Fox, who is pregnant with her first child with Machine Gun Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
She already has 3 sons with her former husband,
Brian Austin Green.
And Machine Gun Kelly has 1 daughter with an ex-girlfriend, but this is the first for both of them.
All right.
I I did not know they were back together, but
I
love
didn't know
will
they-
find a way.
Did they break up?
I think so. At some point, they broke up. But who can keep up?
Have you seen the
secrets?
trailers for this movie about Santa Claus called Red One?
I have, yeah.
And The Rock is in it.
Yes.
I guess
Chris
there have been
Evans.
rumors that he was a real nightmare on the set.
There have been rumors that he would show up late to set. That he was
Somebody said
rude.
that he, The Rock,
Yes.
Yeah.
because of his chronic lateness, gosh, I wish Nico was here for this, caused that movie an extra $50 million in the budget. Well, The Rock says that's not true, but
Right.
admits
But
he wasn't
does
always on time.
He admits, yeah, I was late, but he also admits to peeing in water bottles. I think.
Yeah, there's a thing about peeing in water bottles on the set. He says, yes, that's a harsh reality, so that's true.
He
And,
Amazoned it.
So,
Yeah.
no, it sounds like The Rock might have done something to
I keep
twist a few noses out of joint, you know?
Yeah.
I keep hearing that he's actually. I keep hearing that he's bad to work with on set. That he's like.
Well,
a
remember
diva.
he and Vin Diesel, right? Wasn't it him and Vin Diesel?
Yeah.
Who didn't get along to the point where they couldn't be on set at the same time unless
Right.
they absolutely had to be. Let's get a look at El Paso weather for today. So winds are going to kick up this afternoon. We're going to look at winds and call it around 15 to 20 miles an hour in the afternoon. Other than that, partly cloudy. We don't have any rain in the forecast until Sunday, but today's high is going to be 78. Winds are going to kick up, but for the rest of the week, we're going to have those winds under 5 miles an hour, making it a perfect day for golf. For Wednesday, sunny, 70, light wind, 75 on Thursday, 78 on Friday. And we do have a chance of rain moving into the forecast by Sunday. We're going to put it as high as 50, 60% chance of rain for the coverage area on Sunday, and that's really going to take the temperature down to. Sunday's high is going to be 62. And this is the Golfers Forecast. It's brought to you by Painted Dunes Desert Golf Course. You can set up all your tee times and reservations by going to painteddunes.com. That's painteddunes.com. They got the Turkey Shoot Tournament coming up November the 23rd. You can register your team by visiting that website, painteddunes.com, or calling the Pro Shop, 915-821-2122 for Painted Dunes Desert Golf Course. Alberto, what's new with you? I haven't seen you like in 5 days. Just what's going on? What's happening?
A lot of women's basketball. I've been doing that.
Yeah?
That's been fun. Yeah, I've been enjoying that.
Were you there when they honored Kayla?
Yeah, that was awesome. I
Yeah.
was there. That was Sunday night, 6 p.m. The game.
Did UTEP promote that very well? Somebody
Yes.
called in saying most people didn't know it was happening because UTEP didn't promote it.
Well, I would have. Did they call in live? Because I would have asked, well, do you watch the news? Because I think they. I mean, I thought the news were promoting it. Coach Keith Adams was promoting it a lot.
Okay.
We promoted it a lot on the station. So
Oh, good.
it's like,
good.
well,
So we did our part.
I feel like we did. I feel like we did. And
Well,
also
you know,
they were.
Kayla was the grand marshal of our Halloween parade.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
She's awesome, by the way. She got the key to the city.
She seems like just such a badass.
She
I
is.
want to be best friends with her.
Yeah. Undrafted in the WNBA draft
Dang.
of 2014, and now has been a veteran in the league for 10 years. So.
Look at her.
And won
Amazing.
won a world championship on top
On
of
her
everything
birthday.
else.
Badass.
All right, let me get a call real quick. This is just coming in about something we were talking about.
Okay.
Hey, good morning. Hey, you guys were talking about that actor that was, or that guy that was late. How much money do you think Nico has cost the morning show
Hundreds of
just by being
millions.
late every other day or being absent every other day? Honest question, if you guys have to make a calculation, how much would it be?
We can't put the number into.
I can answer this one.
Oh, you can.
0. Goose egg.
Yeah.
He's hourly. So everybody who gets so upset that Nico is absent or Nico's late,
Or late.
he's an hourly employee. So if he doesn't show up for work, he doesn't get paid.
If he doesn't show up, he doesn't get paid. And if he shows
now,
up
if he shows
late,
up late, he does kind
he
of get
gets
away with that.
He gets a little ducked.
Does he?
Yeah. If he's an hour late, he's not going to get paid for the 6 o'clock hour.
Oh, I figured nobody was paying attention.
Also, I would just like to put it out there that Nico sometimes forgets to fill out his timesheet.
Yeah, I don't think he's in it for the money anyway. You know?
That's
Yeah.
happened to me sometimes.
I think he's in it for other
Alberto,
reasons.
Kevin has to remind him like every
Fill out your
time.
timesheet.
Fill out your timesheet, or you're not going to get paid.
Sounds like a broken record.
So sometimes I feel like sometimes Nico just doesn't get paid.
But as far as costing the station money,
He loves the game. He loves the hustle. That's why he does it.
he hasn't cost the station any money.
You know, he does it for love.
Well, you don't love it that much because he misses a lot of work.
That's true.
If Nico was here right now, I wonder what he would say.
Ho, ho, use a hoe. Ho, use a hoe. I said that use a hoe.
What the hell was he singing about?
I know.
I don't know. I don't think he knew I was rolling tape.
He's not here, but I'm sure you could fill up his laugh for us. You have that track.
Oh, yeah. If we need
So
Nico's
every
laugh.
time we need it.
All right.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think we're set here.
Yeah.
Okay. We got a lot coming up on the show. Gary Hoey is going to be on in just a couple of minutes. I would say about 15 minutes. So
Yeah.
how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? We need to talk to Gary at 6:30, right?
6:30.
Okay, we'll work it out.
We'll figure it out.
Gary Hoey's going to be on the show. He's going to play his guitar for us. And we always have, this is like a tradition. You know, the Gary Hoey interview kind of starts the
Yeah.
Christmas season in my mind anyway. So we're going to have that coming up today, and sound clips on the way, and a whole lot more.
The Daily Calendar.
Today, November 12th.
It's American Fancy Rat and Mouse Day. Oh, look at his little bow tie. He fancy. It's National Happy Hour Day. So hit the bar with your fancy rat and make questionable decisions like coconut shrimp. Or it's pizza with everything except anchovies day. Don't even try to slip no little fish on my pizza. It's also French dip day. Not you, the sandwich. And that's your Daily Calendar.
Double G here. Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show at 10, featured double shots throughout the day.
Visit westerntech.edu and enroll today. Don't give up. Rise up at Western Tech. College for the real world.
El Paso's own live and local. The Buzz Adams Morning Show. 95.5 KLAQ.
All right, Gary Hoey's on the way. We'll probably spend like 15 minutes getting him to play Christmas songs on his guitar. And why don't we go ahead and get a few sound clips going? But I think Gary's scheduled for 6:30 this morning, right?
Yeah.
And now, today in Sound Clips.
All of the day's news with accompanying sound bites and actualities. This is today in sound clips. Wildfires continue to rage on both coasts of the United States. At a press conference, Brian Gallagher with the New York Department of Environmental Conservation asked the public to be careful as resources are stretched thin fighting wildfires in New York State.
We're getting tired. So don't create any new fires.
Don't create any new fires. They think the guy that started the fire was shooting, what did you call it, a dragon's breath ammo round out of a shotgun? Or did Nico say that?
It was Nico, but you were that's the only thing I think you
I looked
heard.
it up.
Dragons.
It's just the ammo. You don't have to buy a special gun. You just shoot it out of a shotgun, a 12 gauge.
I looked it up too.
It's like fireworks, but probably not the best thing to do near dry vegetation, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds cool. But
I figure
And
I
it looks
go out
pretty
in the
cool when
desert.
it's fired. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You
Looks
got to do it
badass.
at night. If you do it in the day, you're
Yeah.
ripping yourself off. Anyway.
I love how they're putting out the PSA, like, please, guys, we're exacerbated. No more fires for the time being. That's you have to tell that to people?
They're like, please stop.
No fires for now, guys.
Speaking yesterday at Arlington National Cemetery in honor of Veterans Day. By the way, he was invited there by Arlington Cemetery, so he got permission to be there. President Joe Biden called for America to unify.
This is the moment to come together as a nation, to keep faith in each other. The world is dependent on each of you and all of us to keep striving to heal our nation's wounds.
I guess we need to come together, but you just spent the last 4 months or 6 months telling me that the new administration is fascist. Why would we want to come together with fascists?
He's like, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I just want to go and go to a beach.
Right.
Somewhere. Let's see. a tennis analyst and a 60 Minutes contributor, John Wertheim, has been suspended for making fun of a female tennis player's forehead. He wasn't on the air yet, but they had audio of him preparing to go live, and he's talking about Barbara. I forgot her name, but she won Wimbledon this year.
Okay.
So here's John Wertheim. Again, this isn't on the air.
What do you think I am? Barbora Krejcikova? Look at the forehead when Krejcikova and John take the court. 8-head.
Did he call her meathead?
8-head.
Oh my God.
He said when those two girls are on the court playing each other, they're like an 8-head. You know, people make fun of male athletes' looks all the time. It's like, if you really want to be treated by a male athlete, how can you get, offended? Do you remember well, you don't remember, you're not old enough, the stuff they used to say about the Celtics? Like how ugly the Celtics were, Larry Bird?
No.
Yeah, it's probably not the classiest thing to do, but, I mean, welcome to the big leagues, ladies. That's what happens. Fans are awful. Well, I'm going to get to this story in just a couple of minutes about an American a Spirit airline flight that was hit by gunfire.
Yeah.
Where were they flying so close to the ground that they got hit by gunfire? I don't know if you saw this, but when Ole Miss beat Georgia, one of the Georgia players, Jake Pope, was down on the field celebrating with Ole Miss fans, and Georgia's head coach Kirby Smart said that wasn't smart.
There's a video on social media of Jake Pope seemingly celebrating with some Ole Miss fans on the field after the game. Just wanted to see if you had seen that and what your reaction to it was.
Yeah, what an idiot. I mean, just stupid. I didn't see it till today, but he's embarrassed about it. He's upset about it. That's obviously a childhood friend of his. He grew up and played with there at Buford and knows him, hadn't seen him in forever, but just not real smart.
I don't know. So the Jake Pope said, yeah, he saw some friends that he grew up with, and they hadn't seen him in a long time, and they were really excited to see him, and he was excited to see them. But he put out a long apology. Yeah, who cares? Who cares? You lost a football game.
It happens.
Does anybody else feel the same way?
I'm just split on, I think it's pretty lame to just cling up on one guy. You lost the game.
You lost the game. So what? He was on the field. You don't like to see your players partying with the other team, but I don't know.
They know each
seems
other.
ridiculous.
They know each other. What are you going to do?
You going to watch Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight?
I have to.
Mm-hmm. Do you know when it's happening?
I thought it was
Is
the
it
17th.
soon?
I thought it was the 17th, but I may be wrong.
Of this month?
Yes.
Well, I have Netflix, so I'm going to watch it.
Nice.
Who do you think's going to win?
Man.
That's a great question.
I don't know. I mean, Jake Paul, I thought was just a joke when he first started, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a social media influencer who's a boxer. He's taking it real serious, man. Here's Mike Tyson, though, talking about the upcoming fight between he and Jake Paul, and he describes the differences between him and Jake Paul.
There's a fundamental difference between me and Jake. He's a manufactured killer. Television and paper made him a killer. He's manufactured. I'm a natural-born killer.
Dang. Somebody better wear earmuffs. Hey, should I have a watch party? You would come over and watch the Tyson Jake Paul fight? What is the 17th?
Is that
Sunday?
It's Friday. It's Friday, the 15th.
Oh my goodness!
It's the
at
15th.
AT&T Stadium.
Wow.
Maybe we'll see another slaughter at AT&T.
Yeah. The Cowboys will find a way to lose that one too.
There's going to be a winner and a loser, and then the Cowboys will come in third. Back to the saga of Brianna Chicken Fry.
Oh.
Do you know who Brianna Chicken Fry is?
I may have heard of this.
That's Zach Bryan's ex-girlfriend. Zach Bryan is a country artist. I couldn't name one of his songs because I'm just not into it. Mm-hmm. But I'm totally into this breakup because Brianna Chicken Fry is on Barstool Sports, either a podcast or something. Anyway, she's back on there with Dave Portnoy and making the claim that Zach Bryant stole her kitty.
But when he left and didn't tell me anything, he took Stump, like, out of spite. He didn't even like cats. Jack hates cats. Boston love cats. I love cats. Could someone steal the cat back from me?
Boy, she is milking this thing for everything it's worth.
I
isn't it?
kind
She-
of feel like now
that.
she's just milking
And
it.
this is from an outsider's perspective. I don't know much about any of these people. It's just the Chicken Fry name that hooked me in. Dave Portnoy, now I do know who that is. He's the Barstool sports guy. He put out a diss track about Zach Bryant called Country Diddy. But it's spelled like P. Diddy, like Country Diddy. So here's Dave Portnoy's diss track.
How you such an evil guy? And this is your 13 millionth reason why. Couldn't be a bigger person even if you tried. Of course the world's a giant. You're the smallest man alive. You ruin people's lives, then hand out NDAs. I'm the one problem. You get paid to go away.
The NDA line is Brianna Chicken Fry says that Zach Bryant's management offered her $12 million to sign an NDA.
Yeah, I saw that. That's insane. I would have taken it. I would have never spoken again. For $12 million, I'll never speak again.
Right.
But
I would take your secret to the grave.
Whatever they want me not to tell.
A Spirit Airlines plane was struck by gunfire while trying to land in Haiti. The country of Haiti has been rocked by gang violence. You might have heard about some of the migrants that moved to Ohio, right?
Yes.
So they got a real gang war going on in Haiti. Here's a passenger on the Spirit flight that was hit by gunfire and said that passengers knew what was going on as soon as they heard the gunshots.
I heard clock, 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 3 times. And a couple of us in the plane, we recognized the noise as being gunshots.
All right. You want to find out a little more about this? Here is aviation analyst John Cox, who says, gunfire from the ground, even like small arms fire, could bring a plane down, cause a crash.
The gunfire could have brought the airplane down. I mean, if it hit the hydraulic systems, the pilots are going to begin to lose control of the airplane.
Fortunately, they didn't, and I guess they pulled up and I don't know exactly what they did, rerouted or whatever, but that's going to be a pretty scary moment when you're getting pelted by bullets. Let's listen in. We've got Gary Hoey coming up in just a couple of minutes, but let's listen in about this Spirit flight that was hit by bullets in Haiti.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your pilot speaking. We're now beginning our descent into Haiti. Just to let you know that there is a high likelihood that the aircraft will be sprayed with bullets as soon as we land. And we here at Spirit would like to help you be prepared. Flight attendants will be coming around with bulletproof vests available for purchase for an additional $600 each. Please be advised that we also charge a duck and cover fee. Any passenger seen ducking and or covering will be charged an additional $700. If you happen to get grazed by a bullet, please know that we charge a $900 first aid kit fee. If you would like extra gauze, that'll be an extra $200. We know you have a choice which airline you fly, and we're sorry you chose the one where people shoot at the plane when we land.
95.5 KLAQ.
Point 6 carbs and night. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Enderman Personal Injury Lawyers. At GVILaw.com.
Sorry. Gary Hoey songs do not have lyrics. I almost forget. Well, most of them. And here he is, our good friend, who opens the holiday season for us every year with his phone call in November. It's Gary Hoey. Happy holidays, Gary.
Hey, Buzz. Good morning. How are you, brother?
Great to hear from you. And this is a new track, Angels We've Heard on High. Is this going to come out on a disc or a set or anything?
Actually, we just put it out as a single for this year, so it's going to be available on all the streaming platforms and on my website. And then we're going to have I'm going to have a new album next year for my 30th anniversary of Ho Ho Hoey. Can you believe it?
The first Ho Ho Hoey came out in '95.
Yes.
Wow. Who started doing Christmas? Did you do Ho Ho Hoey before Trans-Siberian, or did Trans-Siberian and you come out at almost the same time?
I think I was about a year, I think, before that album came out, but it was I came out first and then they came out, but we were very close.
Yeah. Have you ever expressed any interest, or have they ever expressed any interest in doing a crossover, like having Gary Hoey out as a special virtuoso soloist for TSO shows?
You know, we haven't discussed that yet, but I definitely, would love to do it. I know the guys. I know Al Petrelli. I know some of the players, Joel Hoekstra, and some of the guitarists are friends of mine. So I know the people there, and that would be a really fun thing to do sometime, or, have me come out and play with them or whatever they want. I'd be happy to.
Just do a guest spot, come out and play. Petrelli's great. He was always on the tour that would come through El Paso. They got 2 national tours going on simultaneously. I don't know if you knew that.
Yes, they do. They have like an East Coast and a West Coast.
Right. That's what a big deal it is. But they kind of quit coming to El Paso like 6 or 7 years ago. I want to see Al so I can put a bug in his ear about that,
Yeah, man, tell him Ho 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 he wants to join.
Yeah.
Well, my son's playing guitar now. He's getting really good. So maybe one day I'll have a Ho 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 East and a Ho 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 West.
Well, that's great. If you're cool with that, I'm cool with that for sure. Do you think your son might exceed you in guitar playing ability, or is that out of reach?
Oh, absolutely. He's 23 now. His name's Ian Hoey. He's getting so good. He's going to be on this tour with me, actually, doing a lot of the holiday shows with me, and he is really fantastic, man. I mean, I think he's definitely going to surpass me because he started, and he had me as a teacher. So
he had you as a teacher. That's right. Gary, we're going to play Stump Hoey. If you got your guitar ready to go, we're going to throw a couple. And again, we're not trying to throw you the most random Christmas songs, but if it's something everybody's heard of, you can play it, right?
Hey, man. I got my guitar ready to go, bro.
Let's hear it. Let's start with something nice and slow for the holidays. Silent Night. Silent Night. There you go.
All right, let's give it a go. Here we go. All right, you got me off. Not too bad.
No, that's pretty good.
Amazing.
I could only do that if I had the music in front of me, like open to the song, and I could see either the tab or the music. As far as just playing that off the top of my head, I wouldn't know where to begin on something like that. That's great. Joanna, are you thinking of one?
I am.
What do you got?
You know how I'm a millennial and I love the movie Mean Girls? They do every year in their recital Jingle Bell Rock.
Jingle Bell Rock. There you go. I bet that one's one that Gary's played
Jingle
a lot
Bell
of times.
Rock. Okay,
Yeah.
I do. I like Jingle Bell Rock. Definitely one of my favorites. I kind of do a version that's a little bit more like rock and roll. I go. How's that?
Nice.
You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear. Oh man,
Nice.
That's almost like a Southern rock
I got
version of Jingle
chills.
Bell Rock. It sounds like
Nice.
Yeah. Alberto, you have a favorite Christmas song that everybody's heard of? Come on, you can name one Christmas song.
Just the classic Jingle Bells is my favorite.
Okay, all right, fine, Jingle Bells. Then I'm going to make it a little more difficult after we do Jingle Bells.
Okay.
A little Jingle Bells. Yeah, I kind of do. I like doing Jingle Bells. I do a little bit of a country kind of. I do like.
Gary, has anybody ever approached you about putting out like a Christmas songbook with tablature of your Ho Ho Hoey compositions?
Yes, we've actually been talking about doing a songbook with all the arrangements and all the tabs and everything. I think it's something we are definitely going to put out. We need to. It's overdue.
Will you send me one of those, like an advance copy? I'll check it out.
I will send you a copy. I promise. I'll send you one.
Okay, try and get them to put the bass tabs in there as well.
The bass tabs? All right, you got it.
What could we do to go a little more in depth? All right, so the Peanuts theme from the Charlie Brown Christmas special.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
even know what it's
God,
called,
I
so
don't
that's why
remember
this one's a
what it's
little
called.
difficult, but I think it's called Linus and Lucy. Do you know that one?
Yep.
Yep,
Let me give it a go.
All right.
How about a...
No, keep going. Keep going.
Oh my God, that was cool.
That was awesome.
Love it. Now, here's one that's probably a real swerve for you. Everybody requests Christmas songs. Hardly anybody ever requests a Thanksgiving song. Can you do Over the River and Into the Woods, To Grandmother's House We Go?
Oh, my goodness. Over the river and to the woods. I don't know, man. Let me see. I don't know if I know that one. I don't know. I don't think I got it. I think you stopped me.
You know what? That was basically the spirit of the song, however.
Thank you.
Joanna, you got one more request before we have to let...
I do.
Gary, tell us about your holiday touring schedule. Are you coming anywhere toward the Midwest or the South or the West?
We're not going to make it to El Paso, unfortunately, this year, but we're going to be hitting California. We've got a few shows out west in California. We were trying to put together a Texas tour this year, actually, and I picked up some dates with Lou Gramm from Foreigner, and I've been playing with Lou live, so it kind of cut into some of the extra dates. But
Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Foreigner now. They went into the Rock Hall of Fame. Yeah, man, that must be a real pleasure. Do you get to?
It's awesome. It's an honor.
You get to spend a lot of real time with Lou.
We do. We hang out a lot on the road. We're all hanging out. He's a super nice guy, really, really approachable, and he comes down for breakfast every morning at the hotel, so we hang out.
How often does Lou Gramm get recognized these days, or is he able to kind of play it undercover?
Well, when we're traveling, people will sometimes they'll look at him, but he does get recognized. I notice a lot of people come up on the planes in different places, and they're like, "You're Lou Gramm from Foreigner," so he does get approached. Definitely on the road, yeah.
How has Foreigner been out for like 50 years, and they only just now got into Rock Hall of Fame? I have no idea how they keep a band like Foreigner out of there as long as they have.
Yeah, they do that to a lot of bands. I mean, Ozzy just got inducted, and I'm like all these musicians, they wait for so long, and they wait till some of them are not even alive anymore, which is crazy.
Well, they should do Judas Priest to Solid and actually induct them. They got some kind of like honorary induction, but how Judas Priest isn't one of the first bands of the Rock Hall of Fame, to be honest.
Yeah, that's another one. I don't understand their whole thing there. I can't understand it.
I guess you don't get a vote then, huh?
Nope. I'm hoping to get in. You never know.
Yeah. One more song, Joanna. What did you want to hear?
Okay, I feel like I ask Gary this every year.
Mm-hmm. And I bet he never let you down.
No, actually he doesn't, but he kind of does say, I don't really know this one, Wham's Last Christmas, because I love that song.
Last Christmas.
Did you just say Wham?
Wham. I just told Gary Hoey Wham.
Gary, it kind of goes, Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. But the very next day, you gave it away. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that one.
Look, you know what? I don't know. I'm gonna give it a go here.
You know what? You're game. That's what I like.
Yeah.
You're game for anything.
I'll give it a go. Let's see. Does it sound like anything like that? Oh no, I think I blew it.
Okay, here's one that you do. I've heard it on a Ho Ho Hoy. I forget which one it was on, but it's one of the greatest, most creative things. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Ooh.
From How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Okay, now you're talking. Now you're talking.
Ah, yeah.
Mr. Grinch, I wouldn't touch you with a 23.5-inch pole or something.
Yes.
Gary, can you direct people to where they can find you online if they want to find out what your touring schedule is, which dates you are going to be playing out west?
Yeah, absolutely. Please visit GaryHoey.com. Check out my website. We've got all the tour dates. We're also giving away a guitar, an autographed guitar on Christmas Day. They can enter to win. And this new single will be up there as well soon. So we'll have a lot of stuff for them.
All right, new single
Thank you,
is Angels We Have Heard on High. I'm going to close out the interview and go back to that new single. God bless you, Gary. We always look forward, and it really means that Christmas is on now since we've talked to you today.
Thank you, Buzz. Thank you all. I appreciate it so
All right.
much.
Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
All right, take care, guys.
Yeah, so he already knows Al Petrelli.
Oh, that's great.
He knows Jeff Plate.
Yeah.
He knows all the guys in Trans-Siberian.
Oh, yeah. Just let Gary in. Do a crossover.
You've been to a Trans-Siberian show, though, right?
I have, yeah.
So it's not just like a four-piece rock band. It's an orchestra with
a
strings
whole
and vocalists, like all kinds of different
It's a whole
vocalists.
spectacle. It's great.
It is really one of those things where you can see people from 2 to 100.
Yeah.
And they're having an equally
Everyone's
good time.
enjoying
Yeah.
it.
Also, check out Gary if you ever get a chance.
Oh, Gary's great, yeah. Every year I ask him for Last Christmas, and there's times where he'll play.
Kind of get it close.
He'll get it close,
He
yeah.
forgot it this year.
Yeah.
All right, let's. I should have asked him to play The Waitresses.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Remember, that was the song last year that I was like, I was killing myself trying to figure out what song it was. Shazam wasn't working for me.
Uh-huh.
Google search wasn't working for me. And then I heard it, like, I think in a commercial.
Merry Christmas.
And
Merry
I finally got
Christmas.
it.
I hope you have one time this year.
You know what song has now made my holiday playlist? That one from the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
The one about like Christmas in space.
Yes.
Can you remind me of how it goes?
Like, I can't remember how it goes, but that one's on my list now. I love that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna figure it out.
And Mariah's in there, I guess.
Mariah, of course,
Okay.
of course.
Gary Hoey.
Gary Hoey.
Sure.
Gary Hoey is the star on our Christmas morning show.
Oh, man.
We have a rockin' Christmas morning every morning so that everyone that's opening presents or getting together can have a rockin' soundtrack. And Gary Hoey's
You mean
mainly
we
the
on
star.
KLAQ?
Us here on this station that we work on.
There you go. Christmas morning.
Christmas
If you
morning.
tune in KLAQ. We're going to be running a lot of Christmas music.
Yep.
Not just Gary Hoey, but he's going to figure prominently
Yes.
into Christmas morning. All right, great to know. There's Gary Hoey, everybody. Let's take a break. We'll come back with more of the Buzz Adams Morning Show on the way right after this.
Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show, Glenn Garza and Daniel Paulus.
Sunland Park Drive or online. APR offers 1606 and 1550 per thousand finance. Includes factory rebate and dealer discount plus TTNL. On select vehicles, offers not combined.
Oh, guess who this is?
Buzz Adams and the KLAQ Morning Show.
You must be the greatest radio show host ever.
Buzz is back.
It's going to warm up today, 78. But it's going to be pretty windy in the afternoon. So just, plan on that. 15, 20 mile an hour winds this afternoon. The rest of the week's going to be calm, and we don't have any rain in the forecast until it looks like Sunday.
A November rain.
In the cold November rain. Hey, here's that phone call that I was telling you about. Alberto's filling in for Nico today.
Okay.
Here's that phone call about Kayla Thornton being honored at the minor game on Sunday.
Good morning. I just wanted to say congratulations to Kayla. They honored her jersey last night. I think they hung her number up in the banners to celebrate her win, with not only the New York Liberty, but just with UTEP. And I just think it's a shame that UTEP is not presented more with your guys' station, as well as far as the women's team.
Don't we carry minor
women's?
Not women's. That's
600
the sad part.
doesn't carry
I
women's
think
games.
last year was the first year it stopped. They stopped.
Is what I'm saying.
So, yeah.
I felt like the crowd there was very small and
It
it was
was.
very to be quite honest, I didn't even know that was even happening. I just feel like
I didn't know that.
They should promote women's sports as much as men's sports.
I guess the question,
and I hope you guys do.
Is, well, like, how tapped in are you with the team? Because do you follow them on Facebook? Do you follow them on Twitter? Because that's where they posted, like, hey, we're doing this. But, yeah, for not watching the news, I thought the news were going to be telling people. I'd assume that's what they do, right?
Did you know they were honoring Kayla?
Yeah. Coach had been telling us for weeks. She opened her presser with it.
Coach Adams.
Yeah. Okay. If you go, yeah. So, no, I knew it was happening, but, I mean, the crowd sizes for the UTEP women's basketball games that's pretty much the size that they get. Even when they were relatively successful, they've had 21 seasons and they didn't have a 10,000 person crowd that year when they won 20 games 2 years ago.
Oh, a 20-win season.
Yeah. They won 20 games.
I went when they won the conference. I was there when they won the conference, and that was
packed.
It was packed right to the rafters.
In what, 2005 or 4?
No, it was. My daughter must have been 6 or 7, and she got really into women's basketball. So we went to a lot of games together. So I guess that probably would have had to be in 2012, 10 or 11 or 12, something like that. Yeah.
Woo! How about them Cowboys? Super Bowl. Who am I kidding? Buzz, Nico, Joanna,
Alberto.
I'm hurting right now. We're hurting. I know. Help us. Anyways, have a great day, guys. Love y'all.
All
Bye-bye.
Aw.
What would you say to Cowboy fans right now?
Get a new team.
Or just start looking forward to the 2025 season.
Start watching the Mavericks.
It's kind of freeing, though, once your team is mathematically eliminated.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even bother watching the Cowboys anymore, right?
Yeah, you just.
I mean, is there any chance they make a playoff under any circumstances?
I don't think so. But maybe if they win out in their division.
I now have all my Saturdays for the rest of the college football season free because Oklahoma sucks. I got a neighbor who flies the Alabama flag every time Alabama has a game, and he's got to be realizing that the window is closing on the Crimson Tide this year. Let's see. I got a call from somebody who's trying to spoil the Penguin for me.
Okay.
Are you aware of the Penguin, or just?
I was watching it, but I haven't finished it. I need to finish it. You guys finished it? Both of you guys?
I haven't seen it.
Final episode was Sunday.
I need to watch it.
I'll get to that here in just a second. Did you like The Batman?
I loved it.
And the one with Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, I loved it. And I really liked the first 2 episodes of Penguin were awesome, so I just haven't finished
good morning, y'all. A good Tuesday morning, although it feels like Monday. Hey, listen. I just had my biscuit and coffee. Hey, listen. How is that project that El Paso is planning on doing with that upper deck charade over the freeway where they're going to have grass and music and mariachis and outdoor cafes and a river walk and all kinds of good things? How is that different from the trolley car fiasco? It sure smells like a trolley car.
Well, I'll tell you, I think the Deck Plaza project,
yeah.
And if anybody needs an explanation of what that is, I'll try and explain it to you, but the Deck Plaza project is going to be a lot more expensive, and it's going to cause a lot more
traffic.
Well, yeah, but the city says they're about to widen I-10 anyway, so I-10 is going to be messed up right down near the downtown elbow.
Oof.
Right?
That's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, so right downtown where you go under a bunch of bridges, the idea for the Deck Plaza is they're gonna fill that in, so it's gonna become essentially a tunnel.
Yes.
And above you is gonna be this space
like
for
a park,
an entertainment district, if you will,
some place to go see concerts.
And there we will put a Walmart. I'm just kidding.
Let's hear some more from. I'm going to call this caller because he doesn't have a name. I'm going to call him Old Man Jenkins.
Nice.
Old Man
Jenkins had a cat. One day it ran away.
And also, President Trump turns out to be a cooler guy than you thought. He just named Steve Miller to be his chief of staff in charge of policy.
I'm a joker.
Steve Miller.
I'm a smoker.
That's the coolest rocker from the 70s that I remember.
I'm a
the
midnight
best song
toker.
of the 1970 era was a song from Steve Miller called Wide River. Check it out. Trump ain't bad after all. Audio.
All right. Well, I don't even know that Steve Miller song. Stephen Miller. Also, it looks like Trump is going to name Marco Rubio to be Secretary of State.
Yep.
Okay.
Moving on up, little Marco.
Little
That's
Marco.
what he would
Remember
call him,
Little
right?
Marco?
Yeah, I do.
And then Marco made fun of the size of Trump's penis.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, he started
It
with
was the hands.
You remember
and,
that?
And then Trump was like, he's insinuating that something else is smaller. I can assure you.
I can assure you there's no problem in my
There we go. That's what he said.
Well,
Why do we remember these things are the ones that stick in my head?
Okay,
Darkest
so-
timeline.
So Marco Rubio, it looks like, is going to be Secretary of State. That means we're going to have to change the words of the Florida Man song.
I think so. Yeah. It needs
Whenever
an
we
update.
play the Florida Man game.
Who plays baseball with a feral cat? Florida man, Florida man. Tried to stab his boss with a sewer rat.
Florida man, Florida man.
Who snorts crank and screams in the street? Whose favorite food is human meat?
Who gave Marco Rubio a Secretary of State seat? A Florida man.
Florida Man. I guess what Florida Man really did.
Yeah.
He used to be a New York man, but now he's a Florida
yeah, he's
man.
a Florida man.
He's Florida man, Florida man.
Florida man.
You think all our callers who don't identify themselves mind if I give them, come up with monikers?
I hope they don't, because sometimes we get frequent ones. We need a nickname for you when you call in that much.
If you don't identify yourself, eventually we're gonna just have to name you just so we can keep
And
things straight.
I tell people that when they call in, like, oh, well, I'll call into the neckline. I'm like, yeah, but make sure you give yourself a nickname, because if not, we're going to do
we'll
it
pick
for
one
you.
out for you, right?
Old man Jenkins had a cat. He lost his cat one day. Woo-hoo! And when he couldn't find his cat, you'll hear old Jenkins say, oh, here, pussy, 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 here, pussy, 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 where is the gosh darn cat?
You're happy I discovered that, aren't you?
I'm so happy, yeah.
So here's the call. I think it's somebody who's trying to spoil Penguin for me. Penguin is a series on HBO Max. It's got Colin Farrell playing the Penguin from Batman,
which he's great at,
reprising his role from the Batman,
the movie.
So let's hear the call. Now so I'm just going to warn other fans, if you're planning on watching the season finale of Penguin, this guy does give 100% legit spoilers, but it made me realize something very important about myself.
Okay.
So if you got it on your DVR or on HBO Max or whatever,
look away.
Yeah, just look away for a second.
Cover your ears, please.
All right, here goes.
Buzz, you're going to love the Penguin. He identifies that his weakness is having caring mothers and his friends. So towards the end, he kills his friend Vic because he's like a family member. And then he finally gets into his position of power and actually starts to don the traditional Penguin suit, has the hat and the cane, and they made it to the top. And at the end, you see the Batman signal in the background.
So I think I could tell by the tone of voice, oh, you like spoiling movies for other people? I'm going to spoil something you love. Well, guess what? It didn't spoil it for me one bit. I think that's what the bottom line is. I mean, unless it's the spoiler is the major movie twist, like Planet of the Apes, it was Earth all along, or Sixth Sense, Bruce Willis was a ghost the whole time. Now, as long as it's all of that, all of that turned out to be true.
Okay,
it didn't ruin. It didn't spoil my enjoyment.
I saw
of the show.
the call come in yesterday, and you know how we get a transcript of it? I didn't hear the call, but I read what he said, and I was like, God, I wonder if any of this is true, until this morning that you were like, It was all
It
true.
was all true, but
it didn't work on Buzz. No.
It's weird. I guess when I know a spoiler, even the stuff that he said was going to happen, it just kind of, I enjoy watching it unfold, especially if it's well done.
Yeah. I've told you before, if you tell me a spoiler, I don't care. I still want to see it for myself.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's anybody else other than Joanna and Alberto and myself. Yeah, I don't mind a spoiler.
Me either.
It usually doesn't spoil the movie for me. If anything, it makes me pay closer attention to it. But I will say, The Penguin is great television.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would recommend if you want to, over the holidays, maybe you want to binge watch something, watch The Batman. Yes, the one with Robert Pattinson.
Okay.
Watch that. It's great. And then Penguin, it's got Colin Farrell playing the Penguin.
Right after.
And a great cast. Like, I didn't know this actor, but I guess she was the mom on How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, yes, she
Christine Milioti or something.
Milioti or something like that.
Well, I'm going to learn her name because
She came out in that Black Mirror episode that we love, USS Callister. She comes out in that episode.
She's one of the crew members in that?
Yes, she is.
I didn't have any idea who she was. I guess I'd never seen a single episode of How I Met Your Mother, but she's great. The actress who plays her mother, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The kid who plays his
like friend, accomplice.
Yeah, Penguin's kind of a mentor to this kid.
Oh, okay.
He's great. Whatever his name is, he's fantastic, and just a loaded cast.
Renzi Fell is his name.
Yeah, he was really good, but at the end, you see. Oh, there's so many good things. I hope Derek's listening. So there's a twist at the end involving his mother and his girlfriend, and it blows your mind.
Wow, I didn't even know he got a girlfriend.
Well,
I'm on
I mean, I think she's a working girl, but nonetheless.
A working girl.
You're right. So eventually, instead of the slobby penguin that we've gotten to know through this series, at the very end, he wears a tuxedo and, like a cigarette holder or whatever, all that stuff.
Does he don the monocle? Or does...
He does not. I hope they continue this universe. I think this series, The Penguin, is going to lead into the next Batman movie.
Yeah, it should.
Derek just said a bat signal. I missed that. Go back and watch the very end. You got to stick through. But the whole thing between Oz Cobb and his mother, and then the scene at the end with his mother and the girlfriend, like a Shakespearean tragedy. You ever heard of Oedipus Rex?
Yeah.
You may have heard about his aunt complex.
I don't know what that is. No.
Well, you've just enticed me. Well, I've been actually wanting to check it out.
Great.
So.
I can't say enough great things about it. All right. So let's take a break. We're going to come back. Joanna Barba has the Hollywood Cheese May on the way for us this morning. What are we going to be hearing about?
We're going to be hearing a lot of baby announcements, and we might have a Sexiest Man Alive next in entertainment news.
Okay.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD.
KLAQ 95.5 Stone Temple Pilots with Plush on the Buzz Adams Morning Show. We're going to get to Joanna's Hollywood Cheesemay report. That's coming up in just a few minutes. So this comes from our boss.
Oh.
Nico Trivia. According to records, over half of his sick days are Tuesdays, which makes that disproportionate considering there's 1 to 5 odds. Forget this. I'm going to read the rest of it. Okay. Forget Taco Tuesday. How about Tummy Ache Tuesday?
Kevin, that's hilarious.
On
He's all
Mondays,
like,
doesn't he promote that he has like a stand-up gig?
Something
on Monday
going
night?
on,
yeah,
right?
Right. So
you don't want to know what I think.
I do.
You know how he was early yesterday?
Yeah.
He's making up for that.
Hey, I came in. No kidding. He was 10 minutes before the show started.
Yeah.
I think he was like, well, I came in 10 minutes early, so that means I get a whole day off.
And I was all yesterday that he was here early, I was like, this is suspicious. This means that tomorrow he's going to be late.
See, Alberto understands being on time.
And
Alberto understands that if the show starts at 6, it's only responsible to show up
a few minutes before.
Well, 15, 20 minutes before. 10
he was
minutes
here
at
before
least.
me today because I woke up late.
So, all right. Watch out for those Tuesdays, I guess.
Tummy ache Tuesday.
All right. Let's find what other calls we have coming in, and then we'll get to your Hollywood Cheesemate.
Okay.
Hey, Buzz. I don't know if this considers corrections and retractions, but I remember you talking about all the veteran day deals for free meals. Clearly, I don't know if I heard Chick-fil-A, but I went yesterday, and I was told that it wasn't yesterday, it's today.
What?
For the free chicken sandwich. So I felt like a fool. I had to wait in line in the drive-thru because so many cars I couldn't back up, so I had to wait in line for like 10 minutes. And I had to get out of there without ordering anything. So Chick-fil-A deal is today for all veterans. I think the girl said from 12 to 5. So I don't know. That's weird. I don't know why they didn't have it yesterday.
Oh, that is weird.
Okay, so Nico, if anybody did that story, Nico did the story. I would be willing to buy you a chicken sandwich, my dude.
Yeah, thank you for your service.
If Chick-fil-A wouldn't give you your Veterans Day chicken sandwich, I'll do it.
What is that?
Yeah, do you hear that?
That's like popcorn or something.
It sounds like you're eating Pop Rocks. Buzz, are you eating Pop Rocks?
Certainly not. I don't even know if people listening
I
can
thought
hear
it was my headphones just acting weird. 'Cause I need new headphones.
Let's see.
What's up, Mosho? It's ODG. Y'all hear about that Israeli soccer team in Amsterdam chanting there are no schools in Gaza because all the children are dead? Then they attacked people and tore down Palestinian flags. And a lot of people reported it as a pogrom against Jewish people.
Well, that is the mainstream account of what happened in Amsterdam. ODG gets all of his talking points from Hamas. Every account that I'm reading about this thing said that it was people targeting Israeli soccer fans.
Yeah.
They were the ones who started the violence. Now, I'll look into it further because I had heard reports that some of the Israeli fans were chanting anti-Arab slogans, which is one thing, but who started the violence? Who did?
Who?
Alberto, who?
I'm not sure, but a lot of the stuff that
were you talking on the air or just in my ear?
I was just in your ear.
Oh, okay. So he's sitting there saying they did. No, they didn't. No, they did. What do you know about this?
Well, most of the reports, man, that's weird coming from my ears or something.
No, yeah.
But
it's weird.
A lot of the reports are just like that. They came into Amsterdam and just were being extremely violent from the jump.
You mean the
Maccabee?
So these would be the Israeli soccer fans.
Yeah, and it's like it's just like Maccabee fans. It's not even Maccabee.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and so like in soccer there's like hooliganism is a thing, and so violence is usually met with violence.
Okay, but every account that I've heard of it said that Israeli fans were targeted by people who had come together on pro-Hamas message boards, and that they had planned it ahead of time. I can't check it on the fly, but I'll check in further. But ODG, I mean, I hope you got this right, because if you're saying it was the Israeli soccer fans that went in there, that turns the whole story kind of on its head.
It wasn't because they were Jewish, man. It's because they started the violence.
Boy. All right. What's your proof of that? Who says that's the case? Like, who's the reputable source who isn't an active member of Hamas?
That Israeli soccer team started the violence. And a lot of the media, not all of it, turns it around and acts like they didn't start it.
So you think there's a conspiracy? Chanting is one thing. Who started the punching and the rock throwing? And, I knew who got the worst of it. Anyway, listen, I can only say that if I put something like this on the air, ODG, I'm going to, when I get a few minutes, I'm going to dig in as deep as I can and find out what the truth of it is. But it really does sound like you were giving the Hamas version of what happened in freaking Amsterdam.
Right.
How about this? We try and solve this crackle that's going on.
Right. People are saying they can hear it.
They can hear it.
Yeah, they can.
Can you hear it, Buzz? Do you hear this?
Hold on. Let me see if it's anything up.
And
I just killed our microphones. It's not coming from our studio.
Yeah, my mic is off too.
yeah, it's not. People are saying it's Alberto's mic, but no, his has been off and it is crackling.
All right,
still.
we'll find out about that. And then when we come back, Joanna has the Hollywood Cheesemay report on the way right after this.
Artist interviews, new music discoveries, celebrating artists' birthdays, commemorating releases, champion of all things rock.
Don't forget to add the green locations. We're open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We are the perfect spot before and after every game.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
Joanna's got the Hollywood Cheesemay, so, Wikipedia is a pretty good aggregator of information, I find.
Sure.
People will tell you it's not right 100% of the time. Nothing's right 100% of the time.
Okay.
On November 7th, following, soccer match between Israel and a Dutch club, some of the Israeli fans were targeted in a series of attacks.
All right.
Some Israeli fans had been filmed pulling Palestinian flags from houses, making anti-Arab chants such as "Death to Arabs." According to some accounts, assaulting people and vandalizing local property. Some fans had also interrupted. You were telling me about this, Alberto. Some of the Israeli fans had interrupted a minute of silence for victims of the Spanish floods of 2024, and they chanted and whistled. Calls for violence were then shared via social media after the incidents the day before the match.
Uh-oh.
All right. The attacks on the Israeli fans were widely condemned as criminal and anti-Semitic. They just arrested 5 more guys. The mayor's office says that it was Amsterdam citizens who went out and targeted the Israeli fans.
Oh.
And you got a call here. Alberto knows a lot more than I do about this topic.
Soccer is a game that goes back centuries, and it's popular around the world. But the brutal reality is when you have a sport where people watch a game for 3 hours and there's only one score in the game, people are going to get violent, really violent.
Well, you were telling me the final was 5-0, right?
Yeah. They had plenty of goals that game.
And the Amsterdam team won?
Yes.
Okay.
Or 4-0. Or no, yes, 5-0.
Hey, are you ready for your Hollywood Cheesemay?
I am.
All right, let's get into it.
It's the Hollywood Cheesemay. It's the Hollywood Cheesemay. Joanna, tell us more.
And here is Joanna Barba with today's Hollywood Cheesemay. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, 1 minute it was there, and the next it wasn't. That's what several AC/DC fans say about an event page on Facebook for the band's April 11th concert at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Before it was deleted, the site says the page showed that tickets for the concert would go on sale this Friday. The band has just finished up a run of shows in Europe and also played last year's Power Trip Festival in California. But will there be a ticket sale this week? Until that page comes back, it is a wait-and-see game.
What does AC/DC's management say about all this?
Nothing. Do you know anything? I know we have people who know people.
Absolutely the first I've heard about this.
Really? We're going to have to hit up our boss after this.
You'll vouch for me. Yes. What a big AC/DC fan I am.
You are a big AC/DC fan. So we will see what happens. Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly are expecting their first child together, with Fox sharing the news in an Instagram post yesterday afternoon. In her announcement, Fox cradled her baby bump and tagged Kelly in it, captioning the post with a line from Kelly's song Last November, which reflects on a past pregnancy loss that says, "Nothing is ever really lost. Welcome back," referencing a journey the couple has been on together following the loss. This new addition will be Fox's fourth child, joining her 3 sons with ex-husband Brian Austin Green, and Kelly's second, as he's a father to a 15-year-old daughter. The couple, who met on the set of Midnight in the Switchgrass in 2020, got engaged in 2022 and have been open about both their love and challenges. Fox recently spoke about the impact of her past miscarriage, explaining it was a very difficult journey for both of them and inspired her to reflect in poetry, where she expressed her deep feelings and longing after the loss. Well, congratulations to them. Meanwhile, Chris Pratt and Katherine Schwarzenegger have welcomed their first son together. On Monday, the couple announced on social media the birth of their third child, Ford Fitzgerald Schwarzenegger Pratt. He was born on Friday.
There's that Kennedy thing in there. Fitzgerald, like John Fitzgerald Kennedy.
Hey.
And she is the daughter of Maria Shriver.
Yes.
Who's a member of the Kennedy family.
Yes.
Okay.
So I guess that is his middle name, Fitzgerald. Wow. The overjoyed couple's statement read, quote, "Mama and baby are doing well, and Ford's siblings are thrilled by his arrival. We feel so blessed and grateful. Love, Catherine and Chris." The two, who married in 2019, also share daughters Lila, who is 4, and Eloise Christina, who is 2. Pratt also shares a 12-year-old son, Jack, with his ex-wife, Anna Faris. Pratt and Schwarzenegger are relatively private about their brood and basically avoid posting photos of their daughters' faces on social media. So don't expect a picture of this baby anytime soon.
Oh, every baby looks like every other baby to me. Right?
Yeah, kind of. It's so weird when they're like, "Oh, he looks just like the dad," and I'm always like, "How do you know?"
Right.
He looks like a grandpa.
They all
right
look
now.
like Winston Churchill to me. Every single one of them, bald, and pudgy,
a little
a
wrinkly,
little crankly, a little cranky sometimes. They all look like Winston Churchill to me.
They're all Winston Churchill. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson recently addressed reports about his on-set behavior for the upcoming movie Red One, confirming that he sometimes urinates in bottles to save time, but he denies the claims that his tardiness cost production millions of dollars. In an interview with GQ, Johnson responded to the rumors from an April report alleging that he was frequently late on set, causing significant delays. But he said about that, quote, "Yeah, that happens." He admitted about using bottles on set, but he also clarified that while he was late
Maybe if you were on
sometimes-
time, you would have time to go take a bathroom break like a normal person.
He does say,
By the way, anything I say about The Rock, I would never say in front of his face.
"Oh, hell no," right? He denies the claims about the financial impact of his tardiness and says that they were greatly exaggerated. Others on set, including Red One director Jake Kasdan, defended Johnson, saying he was respectful and enjoyable to work with, and noting that occasional lateness is common in Hollywood. His co-star, Chris Evans, shared a story about Johnson's generosity, recalling a crew raffle that Johnson kept adding to, eventually giving away 6 figures to crew members. Johnson's bottle peeing habit, though, isn't something that's entirely new. Apparently, in a 2017 Instagram video, he joked about using a bottle while training, saying, quote, "I don't have time to go to the bathroom. I find a bottle, I pee in it, and I keep training like a beast."
Better just to pee on the ground.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson,
if you pee in a bottle, somebody might pick that up thinking it's Gatorade.
You are a movie star. I'm sure if you say, "Hey, I got to go pee,"
They'll let you
Stop.
go.
Anyone,
But
anywhere.
maybe
will
not
say,
after
go.
you're 5 hours late. Again, I wouldn't whisper a word of this
Don't
anywhere
say that
near
to
Dwayne
him.
"The Rock" Johnson.
But if the director's saying, "Hey, this happens in Hollywood, people are going to be late."
Yeah, that happens if you're the star of the show, but if you're an extra or a key grip or a best boy or something, you better not be late.
You better not be late.
Be
to
there
that.
on time.
Yeah, that applies only to
Nico
the
is our
people,
extra.
the stars, right?
If anything, Buzz is the star here.
Right. If I were showing up an hour late for the morning show,
we would truck on by and be like, "It's okay, he could be late."
mm-hmm. But
Nico's-
Nico, we call him out every time. Red One comes out this Friday.
Red
It's
One?
got that J.K. Simmons plays Santa.
Oh,
And
J.K. Simmons is like buff, right?
Jacked. I saw some pictures a couple of years ago of him just like shredded J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
Got to be 70.
He's a zaddy.
He's got to be 70. Apparently, he got, maybe this was the movie.
69. Yeah,
Perfect
he
age,
is.
yeah.
Wow, and he is jacked in this one. And he's Santa. Have you guys been naughty or nice?
Very naughty.
I've been naughty.
I've been naughty.
I can't wait to start this. The late Grateful Dead guitarist Jerry Garcia's estate has recreated his voice using AI in partnership with 11 Labs. The singer-songwriter's voice can now read to 11 Reader app users their choice of audiobooks, articles, poetry, PDFs, and more through what 11 calls the iconic listening experience. Garcia's voice is available in 32 different languages. This is not the first voice added to the list.
I don't even know what Jerry Garcia's speaking voice sounds like.
Yeah, me either.
That's true, me either.
I only saw him once in an episode of Roseanne, I think it was. And I don't
Jerry
even,
Garcia was
I
on
don't think it was
Roseanne?
him. Yeah, I think it was like an impersonator.
Oh.
So I don't even know what the man sounds like. This is not the first voice added to the list of personalities available to use through the AI company's app, as its repertoire also includes Judy Garland, James Dean, Burt Reynolds, and Sir Laurence Olivier. Garcia's recent vocal replication was possible through a collaboration between Garcia's estate and 11 Labs. The Jerry Garcia Foundation, co-founded by his daughter Keelan Garcia, is also considering Garcia's voice model for narrated documentaries or audio art exhibits. Would you want your voice to be recreated through AI?
I'm just trying to imagine Jerry Garcia's voice, which again I'm not familiar with.
Nobody knows what it sounds like.
Hey man, I'm Jerry Garcia of the Grateful Dead. Let's play some trucking.
When you first heard of a name called Grateful Dead, what did you expect the band to sound like?
It was before I really ever listened to anything other than my parents' music, which was mostly country and gospel and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So in my mind, I imagined Grateful Dead being the most hardcore death metal band,
right?
Because
and I was
Grateful
like,
Dead.
damn,
And then I heard their song, and I'm like, they're a country band?
Their name is Grateful Dead. Their fans call themselves Deadheads.
The Deadheads.
I thought this band is going to be so freaking badass and hard. And then I hear it, and I'm all, what's going on with this jam sesh?
They just like LSD a lot.
Yeah, right.
Wow, they just did a 27-minute version of Friend of the Devil. Wow, cool.
Imagine seeing that at the Sphere. And all the trippy
Oh, yeah, that
things.
looked awesome.
I think you'd have to drop a lot of acid for that.
I don't know if you get a contact high from acid, but if you can, I think you'd probably get one at a Grateful Dead show.
Walking in there.
The second half of season 5 of Yellowstone premiered Sunday night, and we found out the fate of Kevin Costner's character, John Dutton. I won't say what happened.
Is this a spoiler?
I'm not going to say what happened in case some haven't checked it out yet, but there was a big twist in it. In case you're wondering, though, if Costner himself checked it out, I can report that no, Kevin didn't see the episode. On the Michael Smercornish program yesterday, he said, quote, I didn't know it was actually airing last night, so no, I found out about it this morning. He also said he heard about the twist, but that isn't rushing him to go and see it.
Well, I will respect the precedent you set. I won't reveal the twist either.
Oh, do you watch Yellowstone?
I do not.
Oh. But you read the twist?
I read the
twist.
story.
But I guess I would have to watch the show to understand what this twist
Yeah, I guess so.
What the big deal is. I don't watch the show, so.
We're going to leave that to you Yellowstone
fans. There's a big twist.
Yeah. Looks like Kevin Costner. Oh, I better not say anything.
Don't
All
go
right.
any further.
This season on Yellowstone, the Dutton family faces their toughest challenge yet. A bunch of episodes without Kevin Costner. Will Beth hold on to the family ranch without Kevin Costner? Will Jamie take down his father's administration without Kevin Costner? And most importantly, will your dad watch it without Kevin Costner?
Right.
Where's John Dutton? It's the TV event everyone is talking about. Except Kevin Costner. The final season of Yellowstone. Don't miss it. Unless you're Kevin Costner.
Hey, it's Daniel Paulus. I'll be along starting at 3 with everything from Aerosmith to Nirvana.
255-1000. Cash home offers. 255-1000. That's 915-255-1000.
Oh, we're back.
Buzz is back.
Hey, right on, Buzz.
Buzz in the Morning Show, 95.5 The Q.
All right, the crackle is gone.
It was atmospheric interference.
Okay.
Big words.
Ew.
Wow.
If you can still hear any more snaps, crackles, or pops, it's just your cereal at this point. I got a few phone calls, and then got a couple of topics. Joanna is filling in for Nico for the news, so we'll have news coming up. Going to turn around and do another report here in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what people are calling in about.
Hey, morning show. What's going on? Hey, y'all are talking about the Grateful Dead, and I'm far from a Deadhead, but I grew up like Buzz. I listened to the Grateful Dead a couple of times. I thought, well, these aren't rock and roll bands; these are country western bands. So I never paid much attention to them. But it turns out they are the godfathers of the jam bands. They used to play even back in the late '60s and '70s. Yeah. They would play 45-minute, hour-long songs of jamming, and coming out of their...
I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could get into that. I mean, I'd really have to be in
really
the
have to
moment,
be like-
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever it takes. Those folks are on something other than just the music. Right? That's all I'm saying.
Apparently, they designated areas for their fans to set up and record their sets live. Like, they would have areas. They wouldn't mind if you did that. And they would give you a designated spot to set up your gear and record the whole set they were about to do.
Oh.
So it's like you can see pictures of people at Grateful Dead concerts, and there's like a huge recording area and a bunch of people just with tie-dye shirts recording. It's awesome.
Oh, okay, cool. So let's hear the rest of the call.
Coming out of their genre would be like Fish.
Yep.
And groups similar to that.
Let me name a couple other jam bands.
Okay.
Fish is probably the one that everybody associates with, like the descendants of the Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
Leftover Salmon.
Oh.
You ever heard of them?
No.
Leftover Salmon is a jam band.
That's funny.
The String Cheese Incident.
I've heard of them, yes.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm just proving that I know what a jam band is.
Yeah,
here.
right. Are you into that?
So they actually started a whole genre of
that's cool.
Jam bands. And so that's really their main notoriety, not so much their trucking and those songs that we heard back many years ago.
Trucking.
Have a good day.
All right.
Thank you.
That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think when I go to a concert, I kind of want the artist to play the songs kind of as I know them. Don't stray too far from it.
Sometimes it's cool when they stray.
Like, I wouldn't need Motley Crue doing a 25-minute version of Dr. Feelgood. You know what I mean?
After the first 15 minutes, you're like, all right, let's hurry it up here, Motley Crue.
I don't mind when they change it up a little and maybe drop some local lyrics into it or whatever.
Uh-huh.
That's always cool.
That is cool. I like that.
We got another call about the Amsterdam attacks, which I really not gotten too deep into it. I had heard that some Israeli fans had been attacked and they were arresting people who participated in the attack.
For a couple of weeks now, they've had videos on X pop up specifically about Amsterdam. So there's mobs of Arabs or Muslims walking the streets, asking people if they're Jewish, asking them if for their names, and basically just assaulting them in the streets. So maybe that has something to do with that soccer game.
So I'm reading reports here. They say that some of the fans of this Israeli soccer team called Maccabi Tel Aviv are known to include far-right ultra groups. Okay. Well, when you're dealing with any ultra group of something, I guess those are the fans. You were saying that there had been some rowdy behavior by the Israeli fans. I figure I just have to learn more about this. But the mainstream coverage of it is that people started attacking Israeli fans indiscriminately. Got to find out more about it. Mm-hmm. They were shouting, F you, Palestine. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like there might have. I'm not going to say anybody was asking for that, know, but it sounds like there was kind of like a confrontational mood among some of the Israeli fans. So I'll give you that. I'll give you that much. So I've got a couple topics.
Okay.
Let me just open this up here. You're going to find this amazing. Are you on the phone, Alberto?
I was, yes.
Yeah.
So we had a caller tell us that her coworker went to a Grateful Dead concert in May, actually, when they opened up for John Mayer at the Sphere.
At the Sphere.
Where they have a residency, which is awesome.
Has it really been the Grateful Dead since Jerry Garcia passed away like 30 years ago? Almost 30 years ago.
Oh, they call it something else, I think.
A Dead and Company.
Yes, there we go.
One of my favorite albums when I was like just getting into rock was Dylan and the Dead. It was a whole live concert of Bob Dylan and the Grateful Dead.
Oh, okay.
Jamming together.
That's cool. My friend, my good friend, he's Turkish actually. His name is Hassan. He has actually been to several Deadhead concerts. He's a Deadhead.
He's a Deadhead?
He's been to several Grateful Dead concerts, and he says that the cool part is like they're really a big community. They really like some of them will know each other. They're not even from the same place. They'll meet up at concerts and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And it's like really a community event where it's a very
like
family-oriented style.
Juggalos.
Yes, it's like a fun event.
I think a lot of Deadheads would take offense to being compared to Juggalos.
I'm just saying.
A little bit. No, they have
or the other way around.
And they have like fans in all age ranges, which is cool.
All right, here's a statistic for you.
Okay.
According to PR Newswire, 80% of Americans say they've left a big event early to beat traffic. I'm shocked that it's not 100. I thought everybody left a little early.
At least a little.
Especially if your team's losing. Is it considered a big event if I leave a minor game early? I bet you those people at AT&T Stadium were leaving by,
early.
Like halftime.
You can't blame them.
There's times where I'm like, I paid good money. I am staying here till the end.
But I've heard the day after a
times.
concert. So Joanna does not miss the next day just because she went to a concert, even if a concert goes till 1 in the morning. But I've heard you say, I don't know if they played it because I left before they did their encore.
Right. There's times where I'm like,
But not everybody works at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Either.
That's true.
Yeah. There's times where I've left, but there's times where I've stayed through and I've seen people start leaving early.
Cowboys games were notorious for that when they were at Texas Stadium. Yeah, like everybody would say, look, all the fans
are leaving early for the traffic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Yeah,
I hear that's really common in L.A. Like the fans in L.A. are kind of there to make the scene.
You can't blame
them.
them.
Yeah.
And then they split.
And then they're
before
like, well, gotta go.
Well, traffic's going to get bad here. I'm going to tell you a story about my friend Matt.
Okay.
So Matt once left a game with 4 minutes left to play, and the outcome was still in doubt.
Oh, wow.
And he had like box seats. This is a minor game, okay? Minor football.
Wow.
It's like it's coming down to 4 minutes. The ending was super, super exciting. And I think the Miners ended up winning, but he buggered off like with 4 minutes left in the game. And he's supposed to be a major, major Miner supporter. Ooh, maybe I should not have told that story.
Maybe you should not, yeah.
I would leave, but if it's a great game and it's coming down, why would you spend 3 hours watching something that's really, really good and leave before the climax?
Yeah.
Someone asked people if they'd ever left a big event early just to beat the traffic.
Okay. I did recently. Bad. I left too early.
What'd you leave?
So I went to the NMSU UNM game out in Las Cruces, and I was actually so scared of that traffic coming back. You know how they close I-10 and there'd be so much traffic? I left at halftime.
Just get on Donovan in Old Messiah and take that all the way back in. You will save yourself a lot of time doing that.
Hours. I left at halftime. Didn't even really get to see the second half.
So whether it's, an artist, music act you really like, or a sporting event, a third of people who say they've left say that they've regretted it before missing a big encore or not seeing their team
make a comeback.
Yeah, make a comeback to win the game. And this is another statistic. This this one can't possibly be true.
Okay.
This is a poll by the sex toy company Adam and Eve.
Okay.
found that 49% of Americans, almost 50%, have had a threesome.
Wow. How many percent?
How many?
49%.
49.
That's high.
Again, this is a sex
high.
toy company, so if they took a poll of their customers,
well, yeah, their
customers are more likely to, whether it's true or not. Adam and Eve found half of American adults have had a threesome.
Okay.
49% said yes, and 48% said no.
I feel like the math doesn't add up.
3% refused to answer the question. 59% of men claimed that they had had a threesome.
What? That's crazy.
Just
with each other. I
Just
guess.
37% of women said that they have.
You see?
Just how many percent of women?
37?
37.
A lot of men are.
Okay, some men are
Again,
lying
I want to
here.
point out this is an adult sex marital aid company. And if they're taking a poll of their customers, that's going to skew a certain way, right?
Okay, yeah.
Other surveys, though, have found the real number is more like 15% of people have had a legit threesome.
15%, a legit threesome. What would you count as a legit threesome?
You didn't pay for it. I mean,
If
that's
the
the first thing.
threesome
That's the
wasn't-
first thing that comes to mind for me.
If you didn't have to suggest the threesome, maybe I would say that's a successful one.
Do you remember the Seinfeld episode where he was trying to get a girl to break up with him? So he suggested a menage.
No, I've never really seen Seinfeld.
okay.
So what happened? She's into it. Into what? The menage. And not only that, she just called me. She told me she spoke with the roommate, and the roommate's into the menage too. That's unbelievable!
That's unbelievable. I guess that would be like the biggest thing of she's into it. Don't waste any time, Get to it. Buzz Adams. You're over
Good
there
morning,
smirking.
show. Talking about the Ungrateful Dead, bands like that kind
The Ungrateful Dead
took me for a loop. That I was like, wow, man, these guys look hard. And then I was like, wait, what? Ungrateful Dead? The Misfits? As a teen, I was like, oh, man, I would see my cousins wear shirts, and I'm like, man, these guys must sound
hardcore.
When I actually heard them, I was like, really? That's it?
you know the Misfits,
Yeah, I love
right?
Misfits. I guess, yeah.
Who's Doyle? Doyle von Frankenstein?
Yeah.
What?
Is he from Misfits?
Yeah.
He sings like Elvis.
Wow.
It's
Beautiful
obvious.
voice,
It's
yeah.
obvious that he's
A
very
trained-
influenced by
A
Elvis
very
Presley.
well-trained singer.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Not what you would expect from something that sells so many T-shirts at Hot Topic. I swear to God.
Okay, yeah,
I almost
that's
want
a
to
good
go up and
example.
take a poll when I see somebody wearing a band shirt. Name one song. by the
Don't be
band
that
you're wearing.
douchey guy that does that, Buzz guy.
Somebody does that?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do that. A lot of
I'm
guys.
like, all right. A couple of years later, Ghost comes out. I see a cover for Ghost. I'm like, oh, man, these guys kind of gave me a little bit of Slipknot vibes. But then I heard them, and I was like, whoa. Did I put the wrong jam on?
I've been saying this for a long time, and there's no bigger fan of Ghost and Papa than Joanna Barba. They're not really a rock band. They're kind of a
sound very-
pop rock band.
Yeah, like very, you could totally play this at any party and it'll be fine.
They could cover like a Ghost song on the next Alvin and the Chipmunks soundtrack.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. I would watch that new Chipmunks movie.
Anyway, thanks a lot. Hope you guys have a good morning.
All right. I hope
That is a good question. Like, what are some bands that when you saw like what they look like or their name, and then you actually heard of them?
I had to give
Boom.
I had to give Stryper a ride from the Oklahoma City airport one time to their hotel because I was like low man on the totem pole. But it was kind of cool.
Well, that's pretty cool still.
So Stryper was just here a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, for Halloween.
Yeah. And
Did you give him a ride?
I gave him a ride back in like 91.
Oh.
And so they're like the Christian metal band that even metalheads thought, all right, these guys are legit. They really rock. But yeah, it was like it was hair metal, like full on makeup and hair metal and spandex and all that stuff.
I don't think
So
I know what Stryper looks like.
Oh, look them up in their prime. Look them up when they wore the matching spandex black and
Yellow?
Yeah, black and yellow.
Oh my God, look at them.
Uh-huh.
I would wear that to the club.
Wow, let me see.
So this is like the Christian band
Really?
that has some crossover fans, and the first thing they asked me is like, man, do you know anybody who sells weed? Maybe not the first thing, but in the car before we got to the hotel. Hey, man, you know anybody in this town who
That's
sells
funny.
weed?
Yeah, tell us a band that when you saw what they look like and their name, you thought they were going to sound one way and then bam,
Because
different.
this got started, if you're just joining us, because Grateful Dead, I grew up thinking Grateful Dead must be the heaviest
I thought
metal
so,
band
too.
of all time just because of their name. And I hear them.
But now we're getting good responses like Misfits. That's a good example. Ghost. We're also getting responses to the threesome question. What was that stat again, Buzz?
Around 50% of Americans, according to the sex toy company Adam and Eve, have had a threesome.
Inky in our app chat said, I almost had a threesome last night. I just needed 2 more people.
Thank you, Inky.
This is Chicana on the beach. Talking about leaving early. This October, we were at Disney, and I was ready to go. And I kept telling my family, like, let's go before the fireworks because we got to beat the traffic. We got to beat the traffic.
Got it.
And they're like, no, let's stay. I'm like, God, no, I'm sure it's beautiful. I'm sure it's nice, but let's go. No, let's just stay for the fireworks. Fine. So we stay for the fireworks, and my boyfriend proposed to me. So I guess there was a great outcome to that, but...
That's why he wanted to stay.
I'm number one to leave. I will not stay till the end of the show because of traffic and because of people. And I just don't...
You almost ended up an old maid spinster if you had not stuck it out till the end there.
And I just don't feel like getting in a car accident because everybody's in such a rush to leave. So I'm just number one to be like, let's go. It was a great show. Loved it. But I've seen enough.
I don't know.
Thanks,
Though,
guys.
with the price of Disney tickets, I'm staying till the end.
Yeah,
helping
when
them
it's
close, helping
Disney,
them clean.
I am there from morning to end. Usually when I go out to an event or something, you have to factor in traffic.
Here's another thing.
That's just part of the event. That's part of going to something.
So I've sometimes stuck around, for 20 minutes after the show's over because I got to, something related to my job. I got to stay there a little longer. It only takes like 30 minutes for the traffic to kind of clear out after the show's over.
Yeah, everybody
You can just
bunches
if
at
they
the
would-
end.
If they just let you hang back,
Yeah, exactly.
and take your time, you could avoid the
That's
traffic
what I
that
do.
way by
Yeah.
staying extra late.
Especially when there's something like at the dawn. I'm all like, let's go hunt down those guys selling the shirts. And that takes a good 20 minutes. By the time we find a shirt, traffic's a little better.
Less.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. News headlines with Joanna Barba coming up next.
Yeah, who gave Marco Rubio a Secretary of State seat?
Florida man. Florida man.
I'll have the details next in news.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5.
Requires eligible plan coverage and other restrictions apply. Visit att.com/one network for details.
Originating in El Paso, for El Paso, the Buzz Adams Morning Show, 95.5 KLAQ.
All right, news headlines with Joanna on the way. We have a response to bands that you imagine very different until you actually heard their music.
That's good.
So we started with Grateful Dead. And people mentioned, I thought they were going to be like the most hardcore band ever.
Dude, really?
Like just the
Deadheads.
screaming metal. Deadheads. No.
No, a super
Big-
jam sesh band.
Hey guys, a lot of the Misfits fans, you guys were talking about Doyle. A lot of the Misfits fans are really into rockabilly and into the winga dinga music.
Yeah.
You know that. Oh, winga dinga dinga dinga.
Yeah, that is true. A lot of
Winga-dinga-dinga?
I know a lot of Misfits fans who are very
Very
into
into
the
the
rockabilly thing.
Yeah, I didn't think
Which
of
is
that.
hot.
When you see a bunch of Gen Zers wearing a Misfit T-shirt, you don't think, they're into rockabilly.
Right.
Oh, winga-dinga-dinga-dinga.
I went to high school with this guy. I never knew his name because I was still like the new girl in my senior year. I never knew who he was, but he was very dedicated to that like rockabilly look.
Did he have sideburns?
He had sideburns and he had like this pompadour. He always wore like this leather jacket. Looked very James Dean. Dude that went to Parkland High School and graduated in 2007. I don't know who you were, but I think I was in love with you my entire senior year.
Because of his bold fashion choices?
Yeah. And then he was like very like a loner. Like I never saw him talking to people. Very mysterious.
We had a
I
guy.
bet he was a fan of Reverend Horton Heat.
Yeah, right?
It's just cool with
Probably,
me,
yeah,
man.
no,
I like
that's
that.
great.
All right.
Here's what's making news.
Spanking on the ding dong.
And it is time for news headlines with Joanna Barba filling in for Nico at Jimmy, and who's got a tummy ache this morning. It is Tummy Ache Tuesday.
Tummy ache Tuesday.
Joanna, what's happening in the news?
Sources say President-elect Donald Trump is likely to pick Florida Senator Marco Rubio as his Secretary of State as he rounds out his national security team. Rubio's selection for the role would signal Trump's willingness to aggravate China after the leading Republican on the Senate Intelligence Committee spent years focused on the China threat theory. Rubio has used his perch to introduce legislation that would block tax credits for electric vehicle batteries produced using Chinese technology and has grilled the FBI director on Beijing's influence over TikTok. With Trump also asking Florida Rep. Mike Waltz, another lawmaker known to be a China hawk, to serve as his national security advisor. It is becoming clear that Trump's new administration is likely to prioritize tough China policies.
Then why did Trump have his Bibles made in China?
Hey, that's a good question. Were they really?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Those Trump Bibles that he was selling for $60 or $70 were made in China.
Well, you can't prove that, so.
Oh, I can prove it. I read it on the internet.
You read it on the internet.
You know, we knew for a long time we were going to have to eventually update the Florida Man theme.
Yeah,
because
right.
it mentions
would have
Marco
to.
Rubio.
Yeah,
But
my
sure
favorite
enough-
part of the song.
Who plays baseball with a feral cat? Florida man, tried to stab his boss with a sewer rat. Florida man, who snorts crank then screams in the street, whose favorite food is human meat.
Who gave Marco Rubio a Secretary of State seat? Florida man. That's basically a Florida man.
Yeah, a Florida man actually did
For real.
give Marco Rubio, little Marco.
Little Marco is what he
got a
called him.
Secretary of State seat.
I wonder what water bottles he'll choose to like have when he makes his announcement.
remember-
When he couldn't drink water and he was just like like savoring it.
Like how- like-
a kitten at a teat.
Kind of like that, or I was going to say like people who keep fancy rats in the little spigot that comes down and they
Right?
drink out.
And they
Remember
go like,
And then he used like both hands.
he was using
I
both
remember that.
hands.
God, we are in the darkest
Who
timeline.
gave Marco Rubio a Senate seat?
Florida man. Florida man. In addition to managing frayed ties between the U.S. and China, the incoming Trump administration will have to navigate several geopolitical conflicts, including the Ukraine-Russia and Israel-Hamas wars. As of this week, Russia has amassed tens of thousands of troops, including recently arrived North Korean soldiers that are prepared to retake Russia's Kursk region from Ukraine in the coming days. Trump has promised to end the war in 24 hours, even as Moscow continues to unleash near constant waves of drone strikes on Ukrainian cities. Meanwhile, ending the wars in Gaza and Lebanon and integrating Israel in the Middle East are likely to be at the top of Trump's Middle East agenda. Throughout his campaign, Trump has not specified how he would approach the Israel-Hamas war if reelected or how his policies would differ from his predecessor, Biden.
I can tell you what I think.
What do you think?
I think he'll just tell Netanyahu, do whatever you got to do.
Do what you
And if that is like a full-on cleaning out of Palestine, I think Trump will, if that's what they want to do, I think he'll let them do
I
it.
am inclined to agree with you,
Yeah.
yes.
You know, if you think it's been brutal and over the top and extremely deadly,
Right.
I don't see that.
don't see
I
it
don't see
getting better.
Trump being a hardliner for Palestinian two-state solution or anything.
Yeah. Melania Trump is not expected to attend the traditional White House meeting with First Lady Jill Biden, sources familiar with her plans have said. The once and future First Lady is reportedly declining the Biden's invitation to join Trump when he meets with President Biden at the White House on Wednesday. CNN confirmed the report, citing sources who explained that she has a scheduling conflict related to her newly released memoir and that the decision is not yet final. The outlet added that Melania's move is a maker of her autonomy, as some members of her husband's team have pushed her to attend. It's usually customary that during the visit between the president and president-elect, the First Lady hosts her successor for tea in the White House. Michelle Obama had tea with Melania after Trump won the 2016 election, but after 2020, when the former president repeatedly denied the election results, Melania did not host the traditional tea. Delphi, Indiana resident Richard Allen was found guilty on all charges on Monday in the double murders of best friends Abigail Williams, who was 13, and Liberty German, who was 14. The jury's verdict came on the fourth day of deliberations in the high-profile case that shocked the nation. Allen was stoic in court and did not react to the verdict, but his mother and wife sobbed. Allen was convicted of felony murder for the killing of Abigail Williams while attempting to commit kidnapping, felony murder for the killing of Liberty German while attempting to commit kidnapping, and murder for knowingly killing Abigail Williams and murder for knowingly killing Liberty German.
What year did the murders happen in?
4 years ago, I think.
Okay.
It's been a while. And they're saying that one of the girls, the leading thing that caught him, she had recorded him before on her phone. So they had kind of footage of who he was.
Oh.
And they're calling her a hero. Chris Wallace came to CNN to get heavily involved with reaching streaming audiences, and it looks like he'll leave the Warner Brothers Discovery-backed news outlet, still looking to do the same. Wallace, a veteran commentator who held forth on Fox News channels Fox News Sunday as well as NBC News Meet the Press, told the Daily Beast Monday that he planned to leave CNN, which he initially joined to participate in the scuttled streaming service CNN Plus, to try his hand at reaching people through an independent digital venture. CNN confirmed Wallace would leave 3 years after he initially signed on after leaving Fox News to do so. The typical anchor contract in the news business is for a similar amount of time. CNN tried to convince Wallace to stay, according to a person familiar with the matter.
Chris Wallace is the son of Mike Wallace,
yes,
who was the original, one of the original anchors on 60 Minutes.
Mm-hmm.
He usually does pretty good work.
He does,
I have to say. We got a call about what's the Israel policy going to be when a new president's in the White House, specifically
with
Trump. Yeah.
Hey, this whole America First thing, I mean, shouldn't that apply to Israel as well? I mean, that's my understanding, and I'm all with America First. So I believe with Israel, what Trump should do is hold that promise and tell them we're cutting off funding, we're cutting off arms, all that, we're pulling it back. And because why? I mean, why do we need to do? I mean, why do we need that? Like, that's just a waste of America First. America. Israel is not America.
Okay, I just want to interrupt here and say, I've heard America first. Sure, I've heard America First. And some people, I guess, take that to mean America First and rat everybody else. You know what I mean?
Kind of.
There are some people who think of America First. They think America First, the best way to do that is to cultivate our relationship with our allies.
Uh-huh.
Just like everybody else is not a coherent foreign policy. And it sounds like that's what you're saying. Like, no more foreign aid. All of that stuff that's gone on that you're talking about has been so America can be first.
Right.
We've been the leader of the free world since World War II.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of this has been alliance building, supporting our allies, not pulling out of NATO. So this idea that it's got to be America first and everybody else last, I think is wrong-headed.
Stop giving them money. Stop giving them ammunition and everything. If they want to raise war, let them do it themselves. Let them do it themselves. We don't need to be over there defending them, shooting down missiles and stuff.
Well, we're not over there.
Right.
There are no American servicemen. I mean, there might be some volunteers working for UNRWA or something like that, but militarily, we're not engaged in Palestine. We might be. After Trump gets in office, he might just say, boots on the ground. We're going to, I don't know what's going to happen, but this idea of America first and everyone else last, untenable.
That's all new. America first. That's what we voted for.
All righty. Well.
All right. America first.
America.
No, that's a sentiment that is.
Coming to save the motherfucking day, yeah.
No, that's a sentiment that I think many would agree with. Yeah. America first. Stop just all that and think about us.
Okay.
Two jets from U.S.-based airlines were struck by bullets on Monday while flying over Haiti's capital Port-au-Prince as Haitian authorities suspended all flights in and out of the capital amid escalating gang violence. A Spirit Airlines plane was hit by gunfire while attempting to land in Port-au-Prince, resulting in what the airline described as minor injuries to one crew member. In a response to the Spirit incident, JetBlue and American Airlines temporarily canceled their flights to and from Haiti. In a later statement, JetBlue extended its flight suspension through December 2nd, saying damage from a bullet had been identified in one of its planes returning from the country.
Alberto, are we up against a commercial break?
No, we're good till 8:30.
I was hoping we were.
I'm good.
I was
still
hoping
have some
we
more
were.
Sam.
Well, you want to hear some? A passenger on the flight said that he recognized that it was small arms fire.
Oh God!
Wow.
I heard clock, 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 3 times. A couple of us in the plane, we recognized the noise as being gunshots.
You might have heard there's a lot of turmoil in Haiti.
Yes.
In most 2024. You might have heard about some of the refugees had to go to Ohio where they started cooking
Or they
people's
ate
cats and pets. Here's an aviation analyst, John Cox, who said that gunfire, even small gunfire, could bring down a plane and cause a crash.
The gunfire could have brought the airplane down. I mean, with if it hit the hydraulic systems, the pilots are going to begin to lose control of the airplane.
All right. Well, let's listen in and find out what actually happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your pilot speaking. We're now beginning our descent into Haiti. Just to let you know that there is a high likelihood that the aircraft will be sprayed with bullets as soon as we land. And we here at Spirit would like to help you be prepared. Flight attendants will be coming around with bulletproof vests available for purchase for an additional $600 each. Please be advised that we also charge a duck and cover fee. Any passenger seen ducking and or covering will be charged an additional $700. If you happen to get grazed by a bullet, please know that we charge a $900 first aid kit fee. If you would like extra gauze, that'll be an extra $200. We know you have a choice which airline you fly, and we're sorry you chose the one where people shoot at the plane when we land.
Oh, man.
Back to...
Just a few more stories here. Burger King has a whopping Whopper deal for you. The fast food joint is handing out 1 million Whoppers for $1 each starting today. The discount burgers are the brand's way of saying thanks a million to fans who submitted their dream burger ideas in the $1 Million Whopper contest. The contest was introduced in early 2024 and prompted customers to devise their ideal Whopper for the chance for it to be sold in locations nationwide and win a $1 million prize. According to the release, more than 1 million people participated in the contest, and Burger King has narrowed it down to 3 finalists. The $1 Whopper promo is available to all rewards members starting today. The sandwich deal can be added to orders by clicking through the offers tab on the Burger King app.
I was driving after work. I had a couple of appointments to make, so I'm driving my car, and I hear on the news they're talking about Red Lobster. I think it was Fridays, TGI Fridays.
TGI Fridays, yeah.
And Red Lobster are closing down.
Yeah.
And just after I heard that, I drove by the Red Lobster on Sunland Park, and they got a big sign out front that says, "Yes, we are open."
I think
like a handwritten sign that says, "We are open."
I think I did several articles on like the whole Red Lobster thing, and I think they're saying that the ones here are one of the best, the ones that get the most profit.
Nice.
So they're not really closing down the ones here. They're closing several ones.
Wait, they're not closing?
They're not closing all the Red Lobsters.
I thought the report was that Red Lobster was going out of business.
Not going out of business, just that they're closing several locations that don't have enough, profit. But the ones here in El Paso apparently do really well. So go us. We're saving Red Lobster.
I don't have much of... My only complaint about Red Lobster was they had like free lobster, and it wasn't lobster. It's something called langostino crab.
Yeah. But did you dip it in butter? And could you tell the difference?
I got to tell you, I'm not even a big lobster fan.
Really?
Lobster meat is kind of bland. What? That's why you got to slather it in butter.
Dude, anything you can stick in butter.
So we're not going to the steak and lobster night at Bucks.
Alberto has been waiting for us to go for steak and lobster to Bucks.
Yeah. I'm excited.
We had an invitation also to go to Steak and Lobster.
When my brother comes on Thanksgiving, we're going to go give thanks.
That's where you're going.
Apparently, their policy, and I've never been, but their policy is while supplies last.
Oh,
God. So it must sell out.
You might get there and it's like,
you're going to have to get there early, dude, with your brother.
Yeah, that's
you're going to have to get there
no sweatpants
1 in the afternoon.
1 in the afternoon.
When only one girl's dancing. Like only one dancer has showed up.
That's cool. Well, speaking of Thanksgiving traveling, with less than 20 days until Thanksgiving, now is the time to secure airfare deals for flights both domestic and abroad. Whether you're planning a getaway for Turkey Day or trying to plan ahead for Christmas, a travel expert says that the good news is that there's a lot of deals for that this year, but it's probably also going to be the busiest holiday ever. And since the election, they've seen a huge spike in interest for traveling. For those traveling during Thanksgiving week, the expert noted that Wednesday through Sunday will be the most expensive time to travel and said that you have to learn to hunt for the good deals, but also recommended utilizing tools like Google Flights.
Okay.
Google also analyzed the top search destinations for Thanksgiving 2024, which showed Orlando, Cancun, New York, Tokyo, and London in the top 5 spots.
Who goes to Disneyland for Thanksgiving?
A lot of people.
Oh, wow.
I thought you're supposed to go home and see your friends and family.
One time, my family and I, we traveled to Vegas for Thanksgiving.
That's even better, actually.
And then we thought, oh, it's going to be so cool. And the whole time that we were there on Thanksgiving Day, we were like, we miss being at home. We'd be having our turkey right now. I'm instead drinking this peach panty dropper. With your news, I'm Joanna Barba.
God blesses everyone.
And that's when we learn we can't travel for the holidays.
Have you? I've seen this pop up a couple of times. Some people who are disappointed in the outcome of the election last week are not inviting their pro-MAGA family members to
At this
Thanksgiving.
point, I think it's everybody. You're just not going to invite the whole family? I can't wait to have my uncle over.
He's a big MAGA dude.
He was trying to hide it, but my aunt was like, shut up, you're a Trump supporter. Just tell them. She threw him under the bus.
Got him. You see, I love
somebody triggered again, Buzzy Buzz.
Hey, we haven't heard from him.
I just wanted to...
Who's a smooth
I think
brain?
it's Cucker.
Oh, this is Cucker?
I haven't heard from Cucker in a while.
I just want to take this time to go ahead and remind you that exactly 1 week ago today, Donald Trump and the MAGA movement won the presidency.
Yeah, we know.
The popular vote kept the Senate, and as of yesterday, is going to run the House as well. So, thought I'd give you that little reminder, buddy. Have a great day. Celebrate good times. Come on. It's a celebration.
Oh, my God. I've never heard him so happy. He took the stick out of his ass.
I
so
never
nice.
would have guessed that Cucker could carry a tune.
Yeah, I did. Never could have thought he could have expressed himself that beautifully. I've never heard him so happy.
Well, I'll tell you this:
he's always so miserable.
If the Republicans get that trifecta that you're talking about, so that's the presidency, the Senate, and the Congress, there won't be any excuses if the wall doesn't get built. Or what else has he promised? He's going to deport every Mexican in the country.
I heard he's going to build a intercontinental high-speed rail to own the libs. # Go MAGA. That's what he's going to build.
America first.
Well,
okay.
I'm for mass transit. I got no problem with that.
So it's going to be called the Trump train.
If they deport every person illegally in the country, somebody's going to get caught up in it that did not know that they were illegally in the country, like somebody who came here as a baby. And they just lied to them.
And they're going to be like, wait a minute.
And they're going to end up on a cattle car going to some kind of concentration camp before they're eventually expatriated to a country they know nothing about.
Oh, that would suck.
They're going to end up in Tijuana.
But, America first.
And I'm not implying that everybody who's in the country as an immigrant is in the agriculture sector. But I'll say, who's going to pick the crops?
I already told you who's going to pick them. White people. And then your tomatoes are going to be
$20 a tomato.
Whole Foods amount of tomatoes. Okay, that's how much they're going to cost you because a white person picked it.
Well, I'll tell you this, Cucker. I'm not going to deny that this is the will of the people. Trump won the popular vote this time around.
This is what America
got
wanted.
more votes. The first time that's happened for a Republican since 2004.
I have never seen people have their candidate win and still be like
mad,
so sore winners.
I think they want to hear me say you were right all along, and I am never, Cucker, listen to me, I am never, ever in your lifetime or mine going to admit that you're right. You've elected somebody. Listen, I have my thoughts about Trump. I think he leans fascist. I really do. I believe the generals who say that he's expressed admiration for Hitler's generals. Just because he won doesn't mean I'm going to change my mind on all that.
Trump 2024. Cucker,
Trump 2028.
I will say, though, you sound like you have a very beautiful singing voice. So if you call
Maybe
back.
nurture that.
Yeah.
Make that your calling
Lean into
card.
that.
We're looking out for you, bud. We really are.
That was his best call ever.
That was his best call. I appreciate it.
Was that the end of the news?
Yeah. With your news, I'm Joanna Barba.
So the Red Lobster's not going out of business
Not
in El
going out.
Paso?
No, definitely not
That's
here.
why they had that sign out there.
Yeah, they're totally still
And
doing
it was such an
here.
emergency, they had to make it by hand and put outside the Red Lobster.
God, really?
Yeah. It was like a handmade sign.
It's like in Clerks when they're like, we're still open.
I assure you, we are actually open.
Yeah.
The sign outside, but
Red
they're playing
Lobster.
hockey on the roof.
Yeah.
How about the Spirit Halloween stores? I heard those were going to turn into
Some of them are turning into
Christmas
the Christmas ones.
Wow.
Unfortunately, none here in El Paso.
none in El Paso.
No.
Oh, darn it.
Spirit Halloween is ended. Spirit Christmas is on the way. But what fills the gap? Introducing Spirit Thanksgiving with thousands of items to
I'd go
make your
there.
Turkey Day terrific. Turkey plates, turkey napkins, turkey flags, turkey candles, turkey placemats, turkey balloons, turkey tablecloths, and of course it wouldn't be Spirit without sexy Thanksgiving costumes, like the sexy turkey,
Gobble, gobble.
sexy pilgrim,
Oh, give thanks to those abs.
sexy green bean casserole,
Steamy.
and sexy mashed potatoes.
Pour some gravy on me.
Oh my
Spirit Thanksgiving, coming soon to the former TGI Fridays in your neighborhood.
Find out what's going on. Quirky facts about our region. Urgent things you need to know impacting your drive. And of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock.
Convenient location to earn your business and experience why Right Drive is the only way to drive.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vias, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
Well, I know that it's time to put up Christmas decorations because today's the day we're going to get our annual call from Gary Ho Ho Hoey.
Ho, ho, hoey.
Gary Hoey is one of the great master guitarists of all time. And we always, like to just throw him a few requests. And he's got his guitar hooked up and plays songs for us. And 30th anniversary next year of the first Ho Ho Hoey.
Wow. I love that he just has his guitar ready to go
Ready
there.
to go, right?
We give him a request and he plays it. Or he will try to.
He'll try. He'll do his best for sure. Did you do that social engagement question?
No, I didn't. I was busy getting news.
No.
But we can do
It was
that
a good
now.
idea for a social engagement question.
It's still a good one.
Explain what a social engagement question is.
It's a question that we put on our social media to get engagement from our listeners and have like a nice conversation, get their opinion on stuff.
So it's up there on our face page or
I'm going to
TikTok?
put it, it's about to go up, but if you
Nice.
want to ask it on air, I'd love to still talk about it.
Sure. Someone asked the internet, the internet as a whole.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's popular right now that you have zero interest in?
Wow.
And there are a wide range of answers. Do you want to hear some of them?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to start with something Alberto might be interested. Somebody said sports betting.
Ooh.
Everybody's always going on and on about sports betting, and I just could care less about it.
Okay. You personally?
The only kind of betting I like is if I make you a bet.
Oh.
And it's you. Yeah. That's it. I'll bet you this is going to happen or that's going to happen, and then we, we put up. And we put 20 on it. Nothing that's going to put anybody in the... Well, it might put you in the poorhouse.
Yeah, right.
Alberto, maybe.
But that's what makes it fun. When everything's on the line.
Now, there are some things in here that I've never heard of before. I mean, I've heard of this, but I don't really know what it is. Streamer/Twitch culture.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Oh, yeah.
That's the new celebrity.
Yeah. The new streamers and the guys on Twitch, the girls on Twitch.
What is Twitch where they play video games a lot?
Yes.
And you watch them play the video game?
Yeah.
I will never understand that, man.
The content changes, though, because some people just go on and talk. They don't even play video games. They just go on and interact with their chat, just talk.
And they have a lot of people that follow them that want to know what they're up to and stuff.
And it doesn't just sound like them talking to themselves?
That it was...
They'll also have celebrities on and...
Yeah, they become real famous. But then I know that I'm out of the loop because the other day I got a Prime drink. I'm really
And you're like, what?
It was really good. And my nephews were like, what? Get that out of here. And then they started telling me about some beef of KSI and
what
I don't know.
What the hell are you talking about?
That is what I said, Buzz.
What was the drink?
Prime.
What's Prime?
It's like a hydration drink. But it's really good. Like there's a Halloween one that I'm still on the hunt for.
It's like
Glowberry.
Kind of like Gatorade now.
Yeah, it's like a Gatorade, yeah.
But actually one of the...
And who's K-San or whatever you
say? KSI is like a YouTuber.
Yeah, that guy.
And Jake Paul, one of the Paul brothers.
That guy.
They made like this
They had to
drink.
like explain things to me. And I'm like, look, I just want to drink this Glowberry. So if anybody out there sees the Glowberry, let me know where because I'm on the hunt for them. They're so good.
Glowberry Prime.
Glowberry Prime.
Cybertrucks.
Oh my God.
Seeing more and more of them.
I'm seeing so many.
Now I'm seeing them in different colors than just the metallic silver that looks like a Kenmore refrigerator from the 80s.
Dude, and all I can think about is your comment on how they look like the refrigerator. And did you know that they sell like wallpaper for refrigerators?
Wallpaper for refrigerators.
Yeah, so you could like change the look of your refrigerator.
You're not talking about magnets, are you?
No, it's not magnets. How the F do they work? No, it's like wallpaper for your magnets for your fridge. And every time I see like a different colored Cybertruck, all I can think is they got that wallpaper for the fridge. I know they did.
My outside grill kind of looks like a Cybertruck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I see so many of them. I realize they saw this truck and they thought that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Cybertrucks look like how I drew trucks back in the first grade. So never stop dreaming, kids.
It looks like RoboCop should be pulling up in a Cybertruck. Pickleball. Well,
Dude.
this was an online quiz, so it's kind of targeted at youth culture. So
they're like the boomers and their pickleball.
And their stupid pickleball that they won't shut up about. Fantasy football. I've never gotten the allure or the appeal of fantasy football.
I don't get
it. Seems like an incredible pain in the ass. My brother was one of the first people that I ever heard of doing. He did fantasy baseball.
Oh, that's crazy. You know,
I think that was the original fantasy. I think fantasy baseball was kind of the original thing.
Yeah.
And my brother was into it, and I said, explain this to me again. You do what? You pick a fake team, and then you have them play somebody else's fake team.
Exactly.
And you enjoy that. Oh, yeah. They don't even play for money because he's a Baptist minister.
So what do they pay for? I mean, what do they play for?
Probably, like New Testament Bibles or something. Yeah,
it's just
fantasy
for the
football.
Thrill of it.
But I swear to God, I heard about fantasy baseball before I'd ever heard about fantasy football. Then he tried to do fantasy NBA.
Okay.
And it was just too much. He said it was just like too many games.
Oh.
Yeah.
There, he drew a line there at NBA.
We welcome your calls. Let me give out the numbers if you want to call and answer this engagement question today. What's popular right now that you have zero interest in? You can call us on the neckline, leave a message for us. Just let us know real quick, maybe some brief words of explanation. And the neckline number is 844-805-NECK. That's 844-805-6325. I can see something's coming in on the app chat, obviously.
Yeah, that's my bad.
You can also call us directly. By the way, Cocker, call in directly one of these days.
You know what?
That would be really interesting. If you
answer,
called in, not on the neckline, but if you called in and actually spoke to me, that would be interesting to see how that worked out
I would really love to one day answer the phone and it's Cucker on the other line.
Yeah, right. You might request another
song. Lean into that, buddy. Jimmy B's all, Joanna, I'm so disappointed. Prime is nasty AF. Not the Glowberry one. The Glowberry one is so good.
You said you never... Have you had it before?
I had never had it before, but I thought, oh, this looks good. Glowberry. Also, I thought it glowed in the dark. It doesn't. But it's really good. So if you guys see the Glowberry out somewhere, tell me so I can go stock up.
Kombucha. Somebody says kombucha is something that's real popular now, and they just don't. They got zero interest in it. I don't think I would even know what it looks like if somebody served it to
I've
me.
seen it, but I'm still unclear on what it is. It's not good. That's not good. Like, it's very vinegary.
I've never tried it, but I can tell you it doesn't look good.
Kombucha is a fermented, lightly effervescent, sweetened black tea drink. I ain't tasting no sugar in that. It ain't sweetened.
Yeah, why would I drink a kombucha when I got all these Dr. Peppers in my fridge?
What is what are the benefits of kombucha?
Are they claiming there's like major health benefits from it?
Oh, yes. Health
and
benefits
you're saying that you're not, obviously they're not drinking it for the taste.
I don't think they are. And if you say, it's so good.
I'm going to say cold coffee. Just any cold coffee. I'm going to add that to the list
not
of
even
stuff.
Like
I just
a
don't
nice
even.
iced latte.
Mm-mm.
Delicious.
Coffee's supposed to be hot.
Apparently, kombucha improves digestion, boosts your immune system, lowers cholesterol levels, and supports cardiovascular
It almost
health.
sounds like a miracle potion.
But it's gross. It's not great.
I guess that makes sense. If they ever put out anything that's super healthy for you and it's delicious, that would be a first.
It's a trap is what it is.
Let's see what else is on the list here. Oh, the endless cycle of reboots and remakes.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'll go see them,
I'll see them, but I'm not going to stop complaining. Like, did we need this reboot or remake?
They had a list of all the upcoming Disney projects, and it's like Super Mario Brothers 2, Moana 2.
Moana 2, which comes out in a few weeks. I didn't even know.
There were a couple more, but they were like Frozen 3, the stuff. Somebody in the comments said, how about Original Story 1?
I'd watch that.
But, they got me. If it's a sequel.
They're still going to get you.
I'm going to go see it. Oh, by the way.
What?
Starting today on Disney Plus.
Oh, a Deadpool Wolverine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Deadpool Wolverine. Would you let your 10-year-old watch Deadpool Wolverine?
Who?
Yeah, like if you had a 10-year-old.
A 10-year-old.
And you were in charge of that individual.
I shouldn't be put in charge of 10-year-olds. That's how my nephews watched Kick-Ass at a young age.
And they were irreparably damaged.
Yeah. Now they're the ones telling me about this KSI and Logan Paul thing.
Messed them up for good.
Yeah. See what happened?
I got a couple more, and then we're going to talk to Gary Hoey. Remember, Derek just wrote in. Remember when everyone was into chia seeds?
Okay. Yeah.
The only chias I know are pets.
They
were
would
people
put them in the
eating
water.
chia seeds?
They have little seeds, right?
They'll put them in the water.
You put them in water.
I
and
thought they just looked like Bob Ross's afro.
No. That's the chia pet.
Yeah. I didn't know it was food.
There's actual seeds that you can eat or drink, I guess.
All right,
People
here's
put
one.
them in
You're going to have
water.
to describe this one for me because I honestly don't know. I don't have clue one on this one.
Okay.
Somebody said something that's real popular right now. They have zero interest in broccoli haircuts. Wait, you know what that is?
Yeah, they're like the perms. The kids are getting perms now.
Okay, so it's like a Caesar cut,
I gotta see a
Buzz.
picture.
You know what a Caesar cut is, right?
Like Caesar?
Like Caesar, but it's poofy.
They perm it to get like that.
Yeah, it's perm. Guys,
I did not expect it to be dudes.
Guys these days
From the
are
description.
they're getting perms so that it could be curly like that. My nephew has like a broccoli cut.
Yeah. So they'll cut it to where the top is long.
See
and
how
then
it looks
they'll
like a
perm
broccoli?
it.
I feel like there were a couple of members of New Kids on the Block back in the day who had something similar going on. It doesn't look like completely out of the blue to me. Do people... I only found out what the Edgar haircut was after people have been talking about it for a year.
It's like a new take on the Edgar, but with a perm.
But worse.
And it looks like a broccoli head, yeah. But it's really popular with the teens. My nephew has that haircut.
Stanley Cups, and not the hockey championship. The Stanley Cups?
Yeah, those were the ones that people were fighting over at the stores, remember?
It's just a big ass cup, right?
Yes, literally.
I mean, what else?
I recently learned
I'm sure
that
it
they
keeps
leak.
cold drinks cold.
They leak?
Yeah, like when you turn them over, it'll still leak.
God. You know, a water bottle doesn't do that.
I'm looking for something that's not going to leak, you know?
Well, yeah, the straw, I can imagine, is what does
Exactly. Manny G in the app chat says, kombucha sounds like something you do to a porn star.
it. Got her. If you leave that too long
Yeah.
in your fridge, it'll explode.
A kombucha?
Yeah, it's like alive.
Oh, dang.
Hey guys, so just to add to the Prime, so it's a hydration drink. It's made by some, like you guys are talking about, some streamers. There's some content creators.
Yeah.
And the Glowberry one is really good. It tastes like Skittles.
Oh, it's so good.
They are really sweet, so sometimes you gotta water them down, but
Yeah.
they are really good. Bye. And the bottle goes in the deck. Bye.
The bottle goes what?
In the bag?
And the bottle goes in the deck.
Oh, the bottle glows in the dark. I've been throwing the bottle out like a dumbass.
And
guy's using
the
them-
bottle goes in the deck.
Wow. He's using
I
them like
learned
light
something.
bulbs.
Yeah. Is this my nephew calling in?
It sounds like a younger listener, that's
It
for
does.
sure.
No, the Glowberry one is good. It is sweet, and I do water it down, but it's really good. So if you see the Glowberry out there, tell me where.
We were in the grocery store. My daughter saw some kind of snack that was something from a streamer, and she mentioned who the streamer was, and she tried to play it. I want to get it, but I
Was
only
it
want to do it ironically.
The Feastables?
Yeah, I was about to say, was that like a Lunchable?
Because my nephews are also on
So,
the hunt for that.
The
and they're
same
like-
guys who made Prime made like a Lunchables ripoff called Feastables.
But it's supposed to be like better for you because like
I don't
apparently
believe it, but-
Lunchables
I don't
uses
believe it
fake
either.
cheese, but they use real cheese or something.
So it's literally a bunch of streamers getting rich off of their following. Because most of their following is little kids.
It's
young
my
kids.
idiot nephews.
Anyway, my daughter got this thing, and she made a point of saying, I only want to get it, like, ironically.
That's what my nephew said. They're like, just to make fun of it. I'm like, yeah, you're still putting cash in their pockets, dude.
Exactly.
I'm not
Steal it.
paying for this.
So,
except for the.
So
and I'm all like, just get me the Prime.
the thing my daughter got left in the car, and it just melted because it was a meltable, and she was really upset about it. And I said, yeah, I thought you only wanted to do it ironically.
Oh, no.
The irony made her a little sad.
Hey, one thing that's popular right now that really have no interest in is Glorilla.
Glow?
Oh, yeah.
What is
God, just like just some rapper. The fact that he brought her up is, I know that he's looking for her. He's actively seeking her out because she's not
I've
even that
heard
famous.
of Glorilla.
What, is she from El Paso or something?
No.
No.
Whatever
She's
her
pretty
name is,
niche.
Glorilla or Sexy Red.
They're
I
two
don't
different
know
people, so
who's
he
given
knows
the
them both.
idea that these guys can put strippers in the booth and try to rap, but dude,
Wait a minute. Is he saying that Glorilla is just like a stripper trying to rap?
Yeah.
Work for Cardi B?
Yeah.
that's terrible. I put on 5 seconds of one Glorilla song, and I was like, nope,
You put it on?
nothing else, not for me. But,
Oh, my God. It's funny.
All right.
Ooh. Mark says, I have a Yeti and a Stanley. Stanley
Oh.
sucks. It doesn't hold temperatures as good as a Yeti, so I am Team Yeti.
Okay.
Do y'all read these messages? Yes,
I was
Amy
about to
Jo.
say, I don't have access to him, so no.
Oh, I'll get you access, buddy. But not you, Buzz.
No.
Because he'll be cussing people out.
No. Yes.
I will, too.
Liar.
Hey guys, love the show.
Thank you.
I was thinking that Prime is actually by one of the Paul brothers,
Yeah.
Paul or whatever the heck they
Yeah,
are.
I got a history
and
lesson.
the Feastables, I believe, is by Mr. Beast.
Ah.
I'm
Oh,
not
that's
sure,
true.
but I think
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
I'm a hip parent.
Okay.
You know? Love you guys. Bye.
He's not like a regular dad. He's a cool dad.
He said he's a hip
No, yeah, yeah.
parent?
That's true, I think. It's Mr. Beast who does the Feastables.
Ah. Mr. Beast.
And here he is, our good friend, who opens the holiday season for us every year with his phone call in November. It's Gary Hoey. Happy holidays, Gary.
Hey, Buzz. Good morning. How are you, brother?
Great to hear from you. And this is a new track, Angels We've Heard on High. Is this going to come out on a disc or a set or anything?
Actually, we just put it out as a single for this year, so it's going to be available on all the streaming platforms and on my website. And then we're going to have I'm going to have a new album next year for my 30th anniversary of Ho Ho Hoey. Can you believe it?
The first Ho Ho Hoey came out in 95?
Yes.
Wow. Who started doing Christmas? Did you do Ho Ho Hoey before Trans-Siberian, or did Trans-Siberian and you come out at almost the same time?
I think I was about a year, I think, before that album came out, but it was I came out first and then they came out, but we were very close.
Yeah. Have you ever expressed any interest, or have they ever expressed any interest in doing a crossover, like having Gary Hoey out as a special virtuoso soloist for TSO shows?
You know, we haven't discussed that yet, but I definitely, would love to do it. I know the guys. I know Al Petrelli. I know some of the players, Joel Hoekstra, and some of the guitarists are friends of mine. So I know the people there, and that would be a really fun thing to do sometime, or, have me come out and play with them or whatever they want. I'd be happy to.
Just do a guest spot, come out and play. Petrelli's great. He was always on the tour that would come through El Paso. They got 2 national tours going on simultaneously. I don't know if you knew that.
Yes, they do. They have like an East Coast and a West Coast.
Right. That's what a big deal it is. But they kind of quit coming to El Paso like 6 or 7 years ago. I want to see Al so I can put a bug in his ear about that,
Yeah, man. Tell him Ho 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 he wants to join.
Yeah,
Well, my son's playing guitar now. He's getting really good. So maybe one day I'll have a Ho 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 East and a Ho 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 West.
Well, that's great. If you're cool with that, I'm cool with that for sure. Do you think your son might exceed you in guitar playing ability, or is that out of reach?
Oh, absolutely. He's 23 now. His name's Ian Hoey. He's getting so good. He's going to be on this tour with me, actually, doing a lot of the holiday shows with me, and he is really fantastic, man. I mean, I think he's definitely going to surpass me because he started, when he had me as a teacher. So
he had you as a teacher. That's right. Gary, we're going to play Stump Hoey. If you got your guitar ready to go, we're going to throw a couple. And again, we're not trying to throw you the most random Christmas songs, but if it's something everybody's heard of, you can play it, right?
Hey, man. I got my guitar ready to go, bro.
Let's start with something nice and slow for the holidays. Silent Night. Silent Night. There you go.
All right, let's give it a go. Here we go. All right, you got me off. Not too bad.
No, that's pretty good.
Amazing.
I could only do that if I had the music in front of me, like open to the song, and I could see either the tab or the music. As far as just playing that off the top of my head, I wouldn't know where to begin on something like that. That's great. Joanna, are you thinking of one?
I am.
What do you got?
You know how I'm a millennial and I love the movie Mean Girls? They do every year in their recital Jingle Bell Rock.
Jingle Bell Rock. There you go. I bet that one's a one that Gary's played a lot of times.
Rock. Okay,
Yeah.
I do. I like Jingle Bell Rock. Definitely one of my favorites. I kind of do a version that's a little bit more like rock and roll. I go. How's that?
Nice.
You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear. Oh man,
nice.
That's almost like a Southern rock version of Jingle Bell Rock. It sounds like
nice.
Yeah. Alberto, you have a favorite Christmas song that everybody's heard of? Come on, you can name one Christmas song.
Just the classic Jingle Bells. That's my favorite.
Okay, all right, fine, Jingle Bells. And then I'm going to make it a little more difficult after we do Jingle Bells.
Okay.
A little Jingle Bells. Yeah, I kind of do. I like doing Jingle Bells. I do a little bit of a country kind of. I do like.
Gary, has anybody ever approached you about putting out like a Christmas songbook with tablature of your Ho Ho Hoey compositions?
Yes, we've actually been talking about doing a songbook with all the arrangements and all the tabs and everything. I think it's something we are definitely going to put out. We need to. It's overdue.
Will you send me one of those, like an advance copy? I'll check it out.
I will send you a copy. I promise. I'll send you one.
Okay, try and get them to put the bass tabs in there as well.
The bass tabs. All right, you got
it. What could we do to go a little more in depth? All right, so the Peanuts theme from the Charlie Brown Christmas special.
Oh,
I don't even know what it's called, so that's why this one's a little
either.
difficult, but I think it's called Linus and Lucy. Do you know that one?
Yep.
Yep,
let me give it a go.
All right.
How about a...
No, keep going. Keep going.
Oh my God, that was cool.
That was awesome.
Love it. Love it. Now, here's one that's probably a real swerve for you. Everybody requests Christmas songs. Hardly anybody ever requests a Thanksgiving song. Can you do Over the River and Into the Woods, to Grandmother's House we go?
Oh, my goodness. Over the river and to the woods. I don't know, man. Let me see. I don't know if I know that one. I don't know. I don't think I got it. I think it's something.
You know what? That was basically the spirit of the song, however.
Thank you.
Joanna, you got one more request before we have to let...
I do.
Gary, tell us about your holiday touring schedule. Are you coming anywhere toward the Midwest or the South or the West?
We're not going to make it to El Paso, unfortunately, this year, but we're going to be hitting California. We've got a few shows out west in California. We were trying to put together a Texas tour this year, actually, and I picked up some dates with Lou Gramm from Foreigner, and I've been playing with Lou live, so it kind of cut into some of the extra dates. But
Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, Lou, Foreigner now. They went into the Rock Hall of Fame. Yeah, man, that must be a real pleasure. Do you get to?
It's awesome. It's an honor.
You get to spend a lot of real time with Lou?
We do. We hang out a lot on the road. We're all hanging out. He's a super nice guy, really, really approachable, and he comes down for breakfast every morning at the hotel, so we hang out.
How often does Lou Gramm get recognized these days, or is he able to kind of play it undercover?
Well, when we're traveling, people will sometimes they'll look at him, but he does get recognized. I notice a lot of people come up on the planes in different places, and they're like, "You're Lou Gramm from Foreigner," so he does get approached. Definitely on the road, yeah.
How has Foreigner been out for like 50 years, and they only just now got the Rock Hall of Fame? I have no idea how they keep a band like Foreigner out of there as long as they have.
Yeah, they do that to a lot of bands. I mean, Ozzy just got inducted, and I'm like all these musicians, they wait for so long, and they wait till some of them are not even alive anymore, which is crazy.
Well, they should do Judas Priest to Solid and actually induct them. They got some kind of like honorary induction, but how Judas Priest isn't one of the first bands of the Rock Hall of Fame, to be honest.
Yeah, that's another one. I don't understand their whole thing there. I can't understand it.
I guess you don't get a vote then, huh?
Nope. I'm hoping to get in. You never know.
Yeah. One more song, Joanna. What did you want to hear?
Okay, I feel like I ask Gary this every year.
Mm-hmm. And I bet he never let you down.
No, actually he doesn't, but he kind of does say, I don't really know this one. Wham's Last Christmas, because I love that song.
Last Christmas.
Did you just say Wham?
Wham. I just told Gary Hoey Wham.
Gary, it kind of goes, Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. But the very next day, you gave it away. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that one.
You know what? I don't know. I'm going to give it a go here.
You know what? You're game. That's what I like.
Yeah.
You're game for anything.
I'll give it a go. Let's see. Does it sound like anything like that? Oh, no. I think I blew it.
Okay, here's one that you do. I've heard it on a Ho Ho Hoy. I forget which one it was on, but it's one of the greatest, most creative things. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Ooh.
From How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Okay, now you're talking. Now you're talking.
Ah, yeah.
Mr. Grinch. I wouldn't touch you with a 23.5-inch pole. Or something.
Yes.
Gary, can you direct people to where they can find you online if they want to find out what your touring schedule is, which dates you are going to be playing out west?
Yeah, absolutely. Please visit GaryHoey.com. Check out my website. We've got all the tour dates. We're also giving away a guitar, an autographed guitar on Christmas Day. They can enter to win. And this new single will be up there as well soon. So we'll have a lot of stuff for that.
All right, new single is Angels We Have Heard on High. I'm going to close out the interview and go back to that new single. God bless you, Gary. We always look forward, and it really means that Christmas is on now since we've talked to you today.
Thank you, Buzz. Thank you all. I appreciate it so
all right.
much.
Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
All right, take care, guys.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5.
And save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Local and loco.
Don't you know I'm local?
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, 95.5 KLAQ.
All right, Steve Kaplowitz has said that as soon as his meeting is over, he'll come in and talk some sports with us.
Woo! How about them Cowboys? Super Bowl. Who am I kidding? Buzz, Nico, Joanna. I'm hurting right now. We're hurting. Help us. Anyways, have a great day, guys. Love y'all. Bye-bye.
Yeah, with the Cowboys, kind of mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, I can watch the other game on Thanksgiving instead. I heard Micah Parsons made some comments about the head coach, and some people are calling him out. Also, here's one for you. People are calling for Fox, the Fox network, to fire Michael Strahan. Did you know? Do you know why?
Yeah. So over the weekend,
listen, take this in, okay? So Michael Strahan's on the Fox network at an NFL game. Go ahead, Alberto.
He was standing for the national anthem, but didn't put his hand over the flag.
Wait. Are we doing this now?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. You were standing, but you didn't have your hand over your heart.
Yes.
What?
I believe that's why they were angry.
And everybody else had their hand over their heart.
I believe so.
Actually, it was the entire Fox broadcast team, and everybody did have their hand over their heart.
But he's just standing there respectfully. So,
was he like flipping someone off?
No.
Or
Let's see what TMZ says.
Yeah, I got that. Now I'm afraid to interrupt the national anthem just to fast forward it. I'm afraid people will see that as
that's going to upset some people. America first.
Okay, so you see him? Look.
Even TMZ puts like a little arrow onto him so that you could focus solely on him.
I saw some comments like on Fox News, and people were saying he wasn't just standing there respectfully. He was standing there defiantly.
What?
Wait, so you're mind readers now?
How do you know he was defiantly not putting his hand over his heart?
How can...
Is that a law? Or is that look at Gronk. There's Gronk.
His hand is like wide open. He's
palmed.
Like, pump.
Look, if the national anthem comes on, I stand up.
Do you stand and put your hand over your heart?
Maybe some of the time. I don't know. Sometimes. It kind of depends on what kind of mood I'm in, I guess.
I usually have my hands like he has them.
Me too.
Yeah.
Crossed like that.
Mine are behind my back.
Or behind my back, yeah.
But sometimes I'll have to like be on my phone. Is that bad?
Don't tell anybody that.
Wait, you got to be on your phone during the national anthem?
Like, sometimes like I'll be at a high school football game or at a women's game, a basketball game or anything, and they're playing the national anthem and I need to tweet something.
All right, so we got Howie Long, hand over heart.
Working, yeah.
Jay Glazer, Kurt Menefee, Terry Bradshaw, Jimmy Johnson, Gronk,
Gronk with
They
his
all
right
have
palm
their-
open. It looks
Palming
funny.
his
Look at the size of those mitts on Gronk.
Yeah.
No wonder he can, his hand's bigger than a football. No wonder he could catch good.
And people are
Strahan
upset.
left his hands crossed by his waist. People on X
lost their minds.
Shut up. They did not.
If you can't respect our military, one commenter wrote, you need to be removed from the NFL on Fox.
Okay.
Goodbye, Strahan.
No.
Shut
Not
up.
my boy.
That is ridiculous.
Darkest
timeline.
Strahan responded by posting a photo of his father in full military, Army dress attire.
Defiantly standing in military attire.
Yeah. So, I mean, is that like, does anybody side eye you if you don't have your hand over your
Oh my
heart at a
gosh.
football at a sporting event?
How do you know he was defiantly doing it?
That's what I don't know. It just sounds like now
you're
it's
just
turning kind of
grasping
witch
at straws
hunty.
here. Yeah. Who could be the most anti-American?
Right. Well, you had your hand over your heart, but you had your fingers spread apart instead of
Gronk.
closed. Yeah, you had a Gronk style.
Looking at
so
you,
that-
Gronk style.
Strahan said on his post on Instagram, just as I honor my father, I keep all of you in my thoughts each and every day, as we would not have the safety and freedoms we cherish. Thank you. All right. I got to tell you, it sounds kind of silly to me.
It does sound a bit silly.
Tracy on the line thinks the same thing.
Hey, Tracy.
Hey, Buzz.
There's my future pickleball nemesis.
Yeah, in fact, that's what I wanted to call and talk about, because I know everybody loves to hear about it.
Yeah, right. What's up, Tracy?
No, actually, I wanted to talk about this Michael Strahan thing. Again, I know I'm older than a lot of people who listen maybe, a lot of people who responded on X, but when I was a kid going to school, what we were taught was that the rules of the flag were, when the national anthem is played, we stand up. The only people that were supposed to put their hands over their hearts were people in uniform. It's not a sign of disrespect to not put your hand over your heart. That stuff basically all started after 9/11, when everybody decided they had to be super patriotic and put their hand over their heart every time anything happened.
Okay, Tracy, let me just interject for a moment, because I did read something about that, but I also read a version of it is if you're in uniform, you're supposed to salute. Like if you're in military uniform, you're supposed to salute. But it does seem like the hand on the heart is kind of an optional type of thing to me.
I'm telling you, when I was a kid, and again, that is a long time ago. So when I was in school, what we were taught, and no, the teachers were not all woke back then; they were just old ladies. But what we were taught back then was that you do not put your hand over your heart. You stand respectfully at attention. You put your hand over your heart when you do the Pledge of Allegiance, which nobody has to do either.
Oh, you put your
don't
hand on
have
your
to.
heart for the pledge.
Right.
Oh, got it.
We were taught, at least we were taught, and maybe we were taught wrong. I know I grew up in the ultra blue state of Indiana, where everybody is a commie. But
That's a joke, because Indiana definitely has some places that are more like Alabama.
Hey, Indiana had a governor that was elected by the Klan. So there is no great history of Indiana in terms of politics. But we were taught as school kids that you do not put your hand over your heart unless you are in some sort of uniform. So maybe military saluting, but I'm talking about like police officers and so on.
All right.
They put their hands over their hearts. The rest of us civilians did not. This is a total non-issue. Thanks for letting me talk.
I think I agree.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
All
Tracy.
right. Steve is going to come in just a few minutes.
Heck yeah.
The Tipsy song by Shabuzi, Joanna, has now spent 17 weeks at number one.
Damn.
On the Hot 100 chart. A bar song by Shabuzi.
Okay.
Which sounds like that song, Everybody in the Club.
Apparently, he got permission to be using that whole theme and everything. Everybody in the club.
Everybody in the club.
Damn it, now I can't sing which one's the Shabuzi song.
A bar song.
Yeah.
Darn it,
But
Shabuzi.
all I'm thinking about is everybody in the club getting tipsy.
Darn it, Shabuzi.
Who did that? Was that like Sean Kingston or somebody?
No.
Was it?
Damn it.
Who the hell did that song? Everybody in the club.
Everybody in the club get into this.
Let me see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, here, let me give you some TV listings for tonight. The series premiere of St. Denis Medical. So a couple of things. It's got Wendy McClendon-Covey from the Goldbergs.
Love her.
David Alan Grier from, was he in Living Color? Or
I think so, yes. But he also came out in that movie with Pauly Shore in the Army now.
Mm-hmm.
Hilarious.
Wasn't he also the cop in the Jumanji?
Jumanji, yes.
They were promoting this No Holds Barred when I was at
it's pushing
Universal
it
Studios.
So much to me.
When I was at Universal Studios,
uh-huh.
yes, they were. Even if you're
funny.
on the tram, they run you commercials for St. Denis
It
Medical.
looks funny because they say it's from the same people who did Superstore.
I like Superstore.
I like Superstore, and it has Sandra from Superstore in it.
Oh, yeah.
Love her.
The 500 episode of Dancing with the Stars is on tonight.
Oh, my God.
500 episodes. And somehow it's also season number 500. That's going to be on ABC Disney Plus. Speaking of Disney Plus,
okay,
the streaming premiere of Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Let's go. Yeah.
I'm going to watch that again.
Yeah,
so much of it was so rapid fire and all the cameos.
Yeah,
and
I bet
stuff.
we can go back, watch it, and pick up on other things that we didn't pick up the first time.
Well, the whole scene where they go to the island of misfit toys. That's what I think of it as.
Right?
No superhero is truly happy until it's loved by a child. Tonight's schedule also includes Murder in a Small Town and FBI at 7, Accused and FBI International at 8, and a bunch of other shows.
I don't know what any of those shows are.
Neither do I. Neither do I.
What the hell is High Potential?
But I will tell you, do yourself a favor. If you've got HBO Max, it's already on there. The Penguin.
The Penguin.
Watch, if you get a chance, maybe to stream or binge watch something over the holidays, watch The Batman, the one with Robert Pattinson.
Uh-huh.
And then watch the series The Penguin with Colin Farrell as the Penguin. Just fantastic.
The Daily Calendar.
Today, November 12th.
It's American Fancy Rat and Mouse Day.
What?
Oh, look at his little bow tie. He fancy. It's National Happy Hour Day. So hit the bar with your fancy rat and make questionable decisions like coconut shrimp. Or it's pizza with everything except anchovies day. Don't even try to slip no little fish on my pizza. It's also French dip day. Not you, the sandwich. And that's your Daily Calendar.
While you're working away, we're working for you. Our job.
Creamy custard. 2 sandwich combos for just $16.99. Get Boss. Boss tenders, dogs, and custard.
It's fall. Leaves change color. Temperatures cool. It's the perfect time to
Wake up, El Paso. Buzz Adams is back.
You are kidding me.
No, senor! Only on KLAQ.
I was going to try a new segment that we could do on Tuesdays called TMI Tuesdays.
Okay.
Okay.
Too much information
Tuesdays.
And it's about you?
No.
Oh. I was going to say, I told you to get a cream for that rash.
Yeah, I know. We had a call about some people are criticizing Michael Strahan.
Okay.
All the Fox broadcast, NFL broadcast team was standing for the national anthem. They were all standing, Strahan included. Strahan was the only one who didn't have his hand over his heart.
Okay.
Are we that finicky now? Is that going to be the thing? I
think
almost
so.
feel like they looked at that line of guys and said, well, the one black guy doesn't have his hand over his heart. Therefore, he must be like an America hater or
He's
something.
defiantly standing there.
That's what a lot of the comments.
I guess.
That's what they said.
I guess if that's where your mind goes.
Do you know that the salute to the flag originally was the right arm extended, palm open with the thumbs up, kind of similar to the Nazi salute, but with the growth of Hitler in power.
Yeah, I do know the story, and you're getting it exactly right. Yeah.
They changed it in the late 30s because my mom, she's 90, she passed on, but she said, yeah, they used to salute with their right arm straight up, palm open, and thumb up. It looks. I've seen old pictures of it. It looks kind of eerie because we know what the Nazi salute ended up meaning to the world.
Yeah, so the Pledge of Allegiance was it the Pledge of Allegiance or the? Yeah, it's the Pledge of Allegiance. So you're supposed to look, Alberto. So when they taught kids how to do this, like in the 20s and 30s,
Like that?
Yeah, you put your hand out at some point in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Like you're kind of asking for something.
It looks like an upside down Nazi salute. So
Yeah.
sure enough,
They
when the
changed
Nazis came along, they said, "Yeah, we're not going to do the hand thing anymore."
Can't blame them. I also saw stuff that it's like, well, for the longest time, people would just stand. That was the norm, to just stand. So
I've never looked around and judged anybody about
Me
what
either.
their hand is. Even
I never thought to.
did I ever tell you guys when I was in second grade, we had two kids in our class who did not stand for the national anthem.
Were they not American?
They were Native American, in fact.
Oh,
And
okay. Totally
so
understandable.
It's one of those
yeah.
things like when you're a kid, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Right.
All I knew was the Harjo brothers didn't stand.
That's all you
Brothers,
understood.
same mom, in the same grade. I don't know completely what was going on, but I guess their parents, in retrospect, were part of the AIM, the American Indian Movement.
Okay.
And they were just like, no, I'm not going to have my kids stand.
And everyone was cool with it.
It was, this had to be 75. Yeah, it was their right to do.
And the teachers were like, that's fine.
Nobody tried to make them. I think somebody once asked, hey, why don't the Harjos stand up? It's like,
Native
that's their
American.
choice. No, they didn't explain it. They just said that's their choice. It's none of your business. So I guess they were pretty woke back in 1975, too.
Wow, amazing. Mr. Richard in the app chat says, Buzz, my father was in the military and we were told that you place your hand over your heart during the Pledge of Allegiance and stand at attention during the national anthem.
Well, if his dad told him, must be law.
Okay, well, no, but he's saying that you stand at attention for the national anthem. So what he's saying is Michael Strahan didn't do anything wrong. It seems so nitpicky. It's almost like people are going out of their way to find something to be offended by. And isn't this also
that's
isn't
not
this
where my
cancel
mind immediately
culture?
went. There we go. Yeah, aren't they so against
this?
cancel culture,
Right.
woke culture?
And you're looking out about where a guy's hand is
I'm
during
starting to think
the
maybe
national-
they're just trolling now.
because it sounds so dumb.
Yeah. It sounds
Yeah, so the message
dumb.
there, I think, is saying, yeah, you stand at attention during the national anthem. You put your hand over your heart
for
during
the Pledge of Allegiance.
I had a kid in
I'm
elementary.
surprised they don't make us do that before every football game. Hey, we're all going to say the Pledge of Allegiance before we have the flyover from the Blue Angels or whatever.
That's awesome. I love when they do that.
I didn't think anything of it until I found out years later that they make the military pay for that.
What?
For the flyover?
Yeah, the NFL
Shut
makes
up.
the military pay because it's considered advertising for recruitment.
Oh, okay.
But I thought it was just something the NFL was doing because they were so damn
So
proud to be
patriotic.
American. No, look it up. Look it up.
Shut
It came out that the military had to pay money to the NFL to fly their planes over.
Wow.
At their expense.
Well, the military also, the way I understood it, after 9/11, they started playing the national anthem and having the players be out for the national anthem. That only started happening post 9/11. That's what I've heard. I heard that during
there was a lot of patriotic fervor.
Yeah. And so
Right
but that's
after
when
that. You probably are not old enough to remember, but it was definitely everybody had flags out. Nobody had to tell people, like, hey, go and buy a flag. Everybody just did
had
it.
a flag, yeah.
Yeah.
It brought us together.
Steve's going to come in just a little bit. Let's hear a call here. Neckline call. You can call us on the Neckline anytime, 24 hours a day. Leave a message. The number's 844-805-NECK. That's 844-805-6325.
You know, when they make you stand for the flag, they never say, please stand for the flag and put your hand over your heart. They never say that.
That is correct. Yeah, at the minor games, because I did it for like a season.
Nice.
Would you please rise for the
Playing
playing
of
or
our
the singing of our
national
national anthem? Gentlemen, remove your headgears. I think that's what Ray Adauto said for years. He was the PA guy after I was.
I'm going to say stand for the flag. And that's it. Nothing else. So these guys.
You know, the people most upset probably aren't even veterans. You know?
No, probably not.
All these people clutching the pearls are like, oh, they're not doing that. Well, they just tell you nothing. Just to stand up for the flag. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I should know that. I used to do that every time at a minor basketball or football game.
Oh, people are saying Jehovah's Witnesses don't stand?
What? Not the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah, they also don't celebrate Halloween, I found out.
Or their birthdays or Christmas, I think.
Wait. Is that Jehovah's Witnesses or is that Seventh-day Adventists?
I think those are Jehovah's Witnesses.
Get those mixed up.
Yeah, a few people have said in school Jehovah's Witnesses don't stand or put their hand over their heart either.
Oh, okay. But it's okay. They're white usually. Which one was Prince? Prince was a part of some religion and Michael Jackson was a part of some religion.
It was Jehovah's Witnesses,
I
huh?
think it might have been Jehovah's Witnesses.
Not Scientology, right?
Josh,
No.
Okay.
No. Josh in the app chat is saying this is a Veterans Day ceremony. That's the disrespect, especially in front of all the veterans.
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, but we're not even agreeing in part that those are the rules. Cappy's here.
Oh, good.
Cappy, have you ever, at all the sporting events you've ever been, when they say stand for the national anthem, that they say also put your hand over your heart? Do you know the controversy?
So, I'll be honest with you. There have been certain opportunities at sporting events that I can't name specifically where I have heard that. And most of them just ask you to please rise. They say, please rise for the national anthem. That is the customary thing. Although I have heard hand over your heart, but I just
It sounds like it's kind of an optional thing. They're saying that Michael
sure it
Strahan
is.
should be fired because he was standing during the national anthem, didn't have his hand over his heart.
Let me just say this, and this goes for the last 30 years that I've been covering sports, okay? There are plenty of athletes that do not put their hand over their heart during the national anthem. Some will put their hands behind their head, or behind their back.
By their
Others,
side.
Right. Others will by their side.
Are there any other ticky-tacky rules I should know so I don't possibly offend anybody?
I know a lot of them sing along to it.
And I don't feel like Michael Strahan should be fired for that because as an athlete, he probably never put his hand over his heart either. Again, so I would bet that less than 50% of all athletes, college, pro, put their hand over their heart for the national anthem.
Yeah, but fans. I mean...
No, I'm talking athletes.
Yeah, but Michael Strahan was there as part of the Fox NFL team.
So why should he have to put his hand over his heart if he never did it as an athlete? Why should it change?
All the other Fox broadcasters put their hands over their heart. It's like Strahan didn't get the memo or whatever.
No, I think probably Strahan never put his hand over his heart as a player, and just maybe he never did that. I mean,
well, he
I don't
responded to
necessarily
people
think
who were so outraged by posting a picture of his father, a veteran, in full Army dress uniform. So.
Again, I don't feel like there are a lot of, and there are some that, it's customary, I don't know. I don't have a problem with that because I just don't feel like most athletes do it. And here's the thing, okay? If Strahan, as an athlete, for all the years he played for the Giants, never put his hand over his heart, why all of a sudden, now that he has become a broadcaster, should he change that? I mean, that doesn't, to me, one thing should have nothing to do with the other. You're standing in respect for the flag, but there
somebody
are so
called
many
in.
people
What was the last message you had? Was that somebody said that, it was at a specific,
it was at a
thing to honor
Veterans
the
Day.
veterans.
You're right. So that's where
Are
the
there
disrespect
different
is.
rules if it's Veterans Day? Also, what should the alignment of my feet be? I feel like there are so many minor things here that people could pick apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
How
like
wide
they're
should
kind of
my feet be when I'm standing
right.
for the
Should my
national
heels
anthem?
be together?
Click them, Dorothy.
That's funny.
Morning Mo show. The only thing I can't stand is when somebody either just stays sitting down for the national anthem or they don't take their caps off. That's my beef. But yeah, y'all have a good one. Later.
I take off my beanie just in case.
You should always take off anything
Oh, yeah.
on my head.
I've seen people when they don't take off the hat, and I'm all like, "Are you kidding me? Take off that hat."
What if the person's from a different country? Although, if I was in,
I've taken my cousins from Mexico to a baseball
and
game,
they go
and
along.
I've made them
That's
take
how-
off their cap. I'm like, "No, you take."
You got to take your cap off. And what are the?
And they're like, no. Well, they're like, no, yeah, that because they also do that too when they go to sporting events in Mexico.
They do?
They respectfully take off your hat.
So you take it off for every. You should take it off for every.
I've been to
that's right.
sporting events where they play more than one national anthem.
Yeah.
Like they might play, like in a boxing match, if one of the boxers is
Yes.
from Mexico. Are you supposed to stand if you're an American and the fight's in America and they're playing the Mexican national anthem? Are you supposed
Yes.
to stand? You are?
Respectfully
Yes,
stand.
respect the flag. I mean,
No, the
listen,
Mexican flag.
Why can't you respect the Mexican flag? What is wrong with you? Of course, just like you would respect the British flag or any flag.
I would, because I'm gracious like that.
Yeah, that's very nice of you. Like, I mean, when I've
would
gotten
just
to
go along with what everybody's doing.
So, like, for years, when the Buzzards played professional hockey,
They played
here,
the
Canadian national anthem, and then they played the American national anthem, and you stood for both. Simple as that. Just like, Canada and the Star Spangled Banner. So, yeah.
The Cowboys are just done this season, right? Have we established that the Cowboys season is over and they,
Do you know,
they
there are
should
so
probably
many-
look to tank a few games just to get a better draft pick?
Yes. I mean, I can't decide.
I'm
I can't
joking.
decide what season's been worse, Cowboys or Jets. I mean, they're so bad. Like, as a Jet fan, they did everything they were supposed to do, and they still suck. Like, in other words, Aaron Rodgers has been healthy. They traded for Devontae Adams. They got Hassan Reddick, and finally, and they're still terrible. Whereas the Cowboys
Have the Cowboys had a single quality win out of their three?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
which
yeah.
was
They beat
the-
the Steelers. Steelers are a good team.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a quality win. Absolutely. In
The
fact,
Miners got their second win of the season. They even got
They
mentioned
did.
on ESPN.
oh, it was very cool. By the
you
way,
want to talk about that coming back in a second?
let's talk about all that stuff. I got to catch up since I wasn't here yesterday.
Understood. Also, TMI Tuesday. I haven't forgotten about it, Joanna.
All right, Buzz has a rash.
We're going to do TMI
Oh, do you really?
Tuesday. No. It's not TMI about me. It's about other people.
Do you know one of my favorite guests on Sports Talk is Arash?
Arash?
Arash Markazi. He works for California Sports. His name is Arash.
That's too much information.
All right, we'll have TMI Tuesday coming up and Sports with Cappy right after this.
I'm Daniel Paulus, and whether you're wrapping up your workday,
Find new deals online through the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vias, and Interman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
Cappy, we'll talk a little sports. That was it for the Miners season at the Sun Bowl this season, though, right?
That was senior day. That's
Yeah,
right.
all right.
What a game, by the way. One of the best. That's
double
the best-
overtime?
That's one of the best games you're going to see.
Sure, you put two one-win teams up against each other.
And you
it's
have a
gonna be a
classic.
fight. It's going to be a classic. It's going to be a gridiron classic.
And by the way, congratulations to Skylar Locklear, who has received lots of national praise for his performance in that win. And I'm sure you saw his stats. I mean, Skylar was terrific. It was probably one of the best UTEP quarterback performances you're going to see in a long time. He was 28 out of 33 for 327 yards and 4 touchdowns. And UTEP did something in that game that it's been bothering me all season.
Yeah.
Okay? Every time that they're in the red zone, especially inside the 10-yard line, they never throw the ball in the end zone. They always have either runs or these little passes where you catch and then hope to run in. And I'm thinking to myself, no
That
wonder you
shows
never
me you
score.
don't have confidence in your quarterback.
Right. No wonder you never score touchdowns in the red zone. You don't throw the ball in the end zone. Well, guess what? On Saturday, they did the opposite. They threw the ball in the end zone, and lo and behold, an amazing thing happened. UTEP scored touchdowns. Like, come on, man. You've got a quarterback who can throw the ball. So if you
year is Skylar?
He's a redshirt sophomore.
Okay. So that means he'll be here for 2 more years?
Assuming he doesn't transfer out.
Okay. Oh, God, that damn portal again.
You never know.
Right.
All it takes is one game like this when you're that good and you get the national praise, and now all of a sudden people are looking at you going, huh.
Hey, I want to get
You know?
your response to something. We got a call yesterday.
Yes.
And I just want to play it for you. It's somebody who'd gone to the Miner game on Sunday. The
The women's game. Oh, the Kayla Thornton game. Okay.
Good morning. I just wanted to say congratulations to Kayla. They honored her jersey last night. I think they hung her number up in the banners to celebrate her win, with not only the New York Liberty, but just with UTEP. And I just think it's a shame that UTEP is not presented more with your guys' station, as well as far as the women's team.
Okay, now let me
hold on.
Now
this is what I wanted to break it down.
Defend us, Steve, please.
Now let me say this, okay? Let me say this. Number one, and I appreciate the call.
Alberto works at the women's games.
He does, or at least he used to. Does he still? All right.
Maybe he just shows up, kind of like he does here. I don't care
exactly.
if I get paid.
By the way,
I just like the camaraderie.
Thanks for working yesterday, Alberto. Appreciate
No
that.
problem.
He worked on the
And
app
today.
Yeah, and today too.
Yes, thank
That's right. Let me say this, okay? Number one, we ran commercials promoting Kayla Thornton night for like a week and a half on all 3 radio stations. So we were pushing that game.
Yeah.
Once they were doing that. So
I was totally with her until she said, "You guys need to do a better job." I thought we do promote.
Now let me say,
minor basketball as much as any other source.
We do. Now, as far as the women go, here's the issue, okay? We air the men's games. And as a result, a lot of the times during the conference season, when they play at the same times, we can't air both because we don't have 2 sports stations, and we're not going to be putting the UTEP men or the women on KLAQ like we'll do with the football team from time to time.
It's too many games.
It's a ton of games.
I mean, we're a rock station. Those games fall on weeknights. We can't just be stopping on KLAQ.
That's right.
And stop playing Metallica to cover,
And part of the reason why we don't air women's games is because UTEP wants people to go to the games. And if you can listen to it on the radio, well, then maybe you're not going to be as inclined to go. So I understand that rationale as well. We have offered, just so your listener understands, we have offered to carry all the women's games that do not conflict with the men's games. We offered that, but we're told no. So we are not airing women's games for that reason. Now, women's games can be seen on ESPN Plus. They can be, I believe, they can be heard on the UTEP app. So it's not like they're nowhere to be found. But as far as our stations go, I will say that compared to everybody in the market for radio, and it's not even close, nobody covers UTEP like we do. And I'll even go so far as
kind of at a loss for words there. It's like I could have sworn we were running promos for
Kayla Thornton night. That's right.
Nobody deserves it more.
Oh,
Nobody deserves it more than undrafted when she in the 2014 WNBA draft.
But did get to try to play with Washington and then went to Israel and came back with Dallas and now New York. So she's had a great career. By the way, Kayla's about to play overseas. That's another issue. Do you know she's played overseas her entire WNBA career?
It's like how some of your teachers would end up having a summer job at Home Depot.
Exactly. So she's going, believe it or not, she's going.
Women, the men don't have to do this because they make $70 million a year or whatever.
Yeah. That's right.
The women have to do it because they got bills.
Kayla is going to Turkey. That's where she's going to play overseas basketball.
Istanbul?
Probably.
Not Constantinople?
Not Constantinople. That's good. But she's going to go play again in Turkey because she doesn't make enough to pay all the bills as a WNBA player. And
well,
she's a veteran.
The WNBA, I don't know if they turned a profit this year, but if they did, it's the first time in their history they've ever done.
They lost 40. They lost $40 million this year.
Let's be very realistic about it. The WNBA has been propped up financially by the NBA.
Yes, it has.
So when I hear people complaining and grousing, it's like, well, maybe you need to turn more people on to
which they're doing now.
The WNBA.
Thanks to Caitlin Clark, they're doing that.
Boy, did they screw the pooch when they didn't put her on the Olympic team?
Oh, that was not good.
Right? Even if you make the case, well, she's not really good enough to be on the Olympic team.
How is she not good enough? She can score. She can play. She plays more European basketball than anything else. I like her.
Do you
game.
think there's really anything to this animosity between some of the players who have that out for
absolutely there is.
Not Caitlin Collins.
Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, there's a ton of animosity.
Is on CNN.
Angel Reese can't stand her. So yeah, there's a lot, and that's just the rookie class with Angel. I mean, veterans don't like her either, and I feel like their attitude is, look, we've paid our dues.
Now somebody's getting treated like a superstar.
Yeah.
Before she ever stepped on the court.
Ladies.
That's right. That's right.
You ready for some TMI Tuesday?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Cowboys, real quick. What bothers you most? The glare that cost them a possible touchdown because, Jerry won't close the curtains? Or after the game, Micah Parsons throwing Mike McCarthy under the bus and said he can leave whatever he wants?
What did Micah Parsons say? And that's pretty ballsy for a guy who just came back from an injury.
Yeah, exactly. Who's missed the last 3-4 games. That's right. I mean, and he's trying to justify.
There's no bigger Micah Parsons fan than I am. I love his style of football.
Me too, but you don't throw your coach under the bus
What'd he
like
say?
that. He said he can leave whenever he wants.
Damn.
Got him. Wow.
Stop! That's too much information.
All right, so if I can gather enough of these every time, celebrities gave us too much information. We got several of these. I want to go through some of them.
Okay.
Raven Simone once shared that she soiled herself because she left the house too soon after a colon cleanse.
Oh, God.
She said she even ruined a pair of her Louis Vuitton shoes.
Oh, no, not the Louis Vuitton. Celebrity problem.
Leah Michelle from Glee showed her gay best friend, Jonathan Groff, King George from Hamilton,
Yes.
her, and I quote, whole vagina.
Oh, my
Because
God.
he had never seen one. She even said she used a desk lamp so he wouldn't miss a single detail.
Was he like rummaging around in there? What was happening?
Let me ask you this question, okay?
I mean, I understand it's your friend, but tell him to go to Pornhub. You can see all the vagina in the world you want to there.
Say you had a really, really good girlfriend who was gay and she'd never seen a penis. Would you do the same thing for her?
No, I don't want to.
You don't want to
disappoint her. Yeah.
Then she'd probably be like, and this is why I like women.
I can't say I would. I'd have to tell her.
You wouldn't
this is
show
the base
your-
model. They get way cooler than this one.
My gay best friend and I are very close.
Have you?
But he's
Never-
not interested.
Okay.
No,
thank God.
he's not interested in seeing it at all, and I have no interest in showing it to him.
Ricky Martin once admitted to something that was very much TMI.
Stop! That's too much information.
Ricky Martin admitted that he's into golden showers.
Oh, that's
okay.
crazy.
But only in the shower. He says,
Still.
here's a quote from Ricky Martin. It's like so sexy, the temperature of your body and the shower water is very different. Stop.
That's just not right.
That's too
That's
much
too much
information.
information.
Stop! That's too much information.
Every now and then, we say something that I'm like, you know what? We should all know less about each other.
Sometimes I feel like people overshare. It's like, dude, that would have gone with me to the grave.
We wouldn't need to know that.
Terrence Howard is on the list today, and I would think take your pick with Terrence Howard. Like his thing that 1 and 1 or 1 times 1. I don't know. He's got Terrence Howard math, but that's not what this is about. Terrence Howard once shared that he won't date a woman who doesn't use baby wipes after going to the bathroom.
I have heard him
so weird.
say that. That was a big old thing.
His quote was, if she doesn't use baby wipes, she's not completely clean. And
How did this come up in conversation?
I want to. Yeah, I don't know.
that's
if I've ever
why
read
it's
one.
called too much information.
Yeah.
I'm sure nobody asked Ricky Martin, what's your policy on golden showers? Finally, Shailene Woodley, who's Aaron Rodgers' ex, maybe? Is that her?
Yes, it is her.
She shared that she likes to sun her lady parts out in the sun because, and here's a quote for you, there's nothing better than vitamin D. You know what that is?
Letting him out, spread eagle.
That's a little too much information.
Well, I woke up this morning feeling pretty great. Headed for the office with no time to waste. Then from out of nowhere, my stomach's in a fit. Here I'm in the fast lane and I've got to take off. Whoa! That's too much information. Every gory detail is not something we need. If it's breaking news to you, then CNN is calling soon. But for me, that's too much information.
All right. Thank you, Cappy, for dropping by today.
Good to see you.
All right. Let's wrap the show up. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 a.m. Nico may be back, but if not, we can always count on Alberto.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Just when I thought my head would pop out, came this juicy. Stop! That's too
No, it's done.
Are we done here?
We are done here.
I'd like to discuss this further, but I gotta go.
It's been real, and it's been fun, and it's been real fun.
Goodbye, 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 goodbye.
The morning show will be back tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Early holiday savings have arrived at Tanger Outlets. Discover the best gifts from your favorite brands, perfect for everyone on your list. And stack your savings with up to 70% off, plus an extra 15 to 25% off only during Tanger Style. Save at Polo Ralph Lauren, Old Navy Outlet, Under Armour, Skechers, J. Crew Factory, and more. Hurry in. These early holiday deals last through November 24th. Tanger Outlets. More savings, more cheer.